Big show today. The randomizer is back, and we have Rome, the host. You know him from Survivor. You know him from the Flock League. And today he is going to get introduced to our beloved randomizer wheel. And then following the show, I'll do a couple of drafts with you guys on the bash. I'm Pete with Rome. Let's get to it.
Randomize! Never made it as a tight end.
How is that?
Wow.
No one has ever seen a bigger dick.
This is a good hardball product.
She's such a good fucking girl.
We're no strangers to love.
When it comes to sports trivia, I am the man.
I have no idea what's in granola. I thought it was just granola.
Emo Cowboys coming for you, John Diggle.
They say I'm getting a little bit older. That streaming's a young man game.
Welcome to the Randomizer. Pete, take it away.
All right, here he is, Rome. You see him blowing up on YouTube. You can't go watch a Flock League video without seeing all the comments talking about Rome. How does it feel to be back in the reality TV spotlight again?
It's pretty interesting because obviously the Flock League didn't have as many eyes on it last year, but now that it's, it seems like I'm right at home, honestly. People are loving it. They're enjoying what I'm doing. And it's weird because I'm really just being myself and doing what I believe in, and people are finding it entertaining, which is nice. So yeah.
Because obviously, Survivor, massive show, but then the Flock and how massive that league is on YouTube. Is the intensity of fan reactions actually pretty comparable, or does one feel like it has a greater magnitude?
No, I mean, realistically, Survivor was much bigger. When it came to the fan reactions, the amount of tweets that I would get after every episode, the crazy DMs, there was one week where I at least got 75 DMs at least, right? It's pretty drastic, the difference. But also you got to remember tens of millions of people watch Survivor live, so it's kind of hard to compare, a little bit, but it's definitely still cool to see the comments and things like that go crazy. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I guess it's just the YouTube commenters on, say, the Flock, they're naturally internet native, so they're ready there. They know how to find you. But that's impressive if the 45-year-old moms watching Survivor are hitting you up in Twitter DMs being like, what the hell did you do?
Oh yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, you get people all the way from teenagers all the way up to 60, 70 years old that'll DM me. It's pretty crazy.
And so what was obviously it sounds like you probably follow Mason, you heard about the league. What was your background with fantasy football?
So I've been playing fantasy football for ages at this point. I've been pretty much doing DFS and things like that. I used to, back in the day when DraftKings was first starting, I used to sell DraftKings slips or whatever, the best combinations to do for each week. That was before it became really really popular to do that or whatever back in the day. And so I've just always been in the DFS scene, and so when it came to fantasy, obviously I'm going to try to be the best possible at that. So I used to watch Sal and Mason, and it's actually funny. Sal and me have a DM history from 2019.
Wow.
From when I reached out to him about a question that I had for fantasy. And this is when he was nowhere near the level that he is now. So it's pretty cool that we even have that history 7 years ago of us talking about fantasy football. We got pretty in depth about some really random bench players, so it was pretty fun. Yeah,
dude, I need to go look at mine, and maybe Sal remembers this too. But when he was just starting out, and I wasn't that far along either. I was maybe 1 or 2 years ahead of him having started, and he DM'd me, and he was reaching out to a bunch of people trying to get his start. And now he's one of the biggest creators in the space. So there you go. We're all in Sal's DMs there at the start. All right. We're about to do a randomizer draft. Just to level set, what do you know about the randomizer? It's always curious to know how blind you're coming into this.
You're going to ask me a bunch of questions, one question in between each pick. I think that's how it's going to work.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it's I wouldn't say necessarily a question. Some of them are prompts, some of their challenges, and each one of them will give you the chance to successfully pass the prompt. If you do, you get to pick whoever you want for that given pick. If you fail, there's often a punishment player that you have to take. So from your perspective, it's, can I draft the best possible team here, or am I going to be saddled with a lot of punishment picks?
Got you. Okay. Sounds good.
And this is going to work out well because I was hoping that this initial 12 person draft would fill so we could get people in from the audience who are watching now. So I just got in the $3 12 person draft. There are plenty of spots available. So we'll get this filled. If you guys are watching, hop in there. It isn't a tournament. We're not going to ruin the integrity of a contest. This is a self-contained 12 person league. While we get this draft to fill, let me know, are you, obviously you're playing in the Flock League, $100,000 on the line. What kind of other fantasy leagues do you plan?
So I've got like a couple of smaller leagues. I got my main home league that I'm in. That's just with friends. It's a 12 man Superflex. We've been doing it for I think like 7-8 years now. And that's the league that I've actually won back-to-back in. So I'm back-to-back champ in my home league and my most important league. So feeling good about that, hoping to three-peat there. But honestly, this year I'd much rather win the Flock League championship than my home league. So, but I think I'm in like a total of like 4 or maybe 5 this year fantasy football leagues. So not too many when it comes to like how many I do, but the ones that I do, I focus really hard on. I try to win. So yeah.
I assume this is the most money you've ever played for with this $100,000 top prize.
Yeah, like not even a question. Yeah. So it's like a 1 in 12 shot at $100,000. Survivor was a 1 in 18 shot at $1 million. So it's like, so it's pretty close to on par, not too far off.
Yeah, and you were telling me before the show, you got some kiddos on the way here as well. So I assume that stimulus would be pretty nice for all of those future parent expenses.
Yes. The prize pool definitely made it easier to tell the wife, like, hey, I'm going to be focusing a lot on fantasy football while we're going to be having newborns in the house. It's definitely a nice way to be able to use that as a little bit of leverage,
I bet. What does your partner think of all of this? Obviously, first going from Survivor, so I assume she's used to it. To now, can she wrap her head around the size of the Flock League?
Yeah, I think she can. Yeah, I think she's pretty used to it at this point. Like it's funny because she always tells me like, man, like should I have ever told you about Survivor, right? Like she's like, because now it just completely changed our lives. Like, but it's honestly it's such a blessing. Because I had no idea what Survivor was. I'd never even heard of it like a year before I played. I was just bored and out of TV shows to watch. I was like, baby, do you have any TV shows to watch? And she was like, I used to watch a show called Survivor with my mom growing up. And so like I tried a random season, fell in love with it, binged like every episode of every season in like 3 months, applied. And then 6 months later, I was on the island. So it was a really quick turnaround for me, but it did change my life and change our life in an absolutely incredible way. So yeah, we're really happy about it.
What things do you still do now that are kind of like related to the Survivor universe? Are there like alumni appearances type stuff you do?
Yeah, so I host like Survivor watch parties. That's like the big thing that I do during the season. So like for season 50, we had a big premiere party that was in Phoenix, Arizona. We had like 300 fans all show up to a sports bar. I sell tickets for it, and everybody shows up. I fly out like 5 to 10 different Survivor players, a couple winners, things like that, and the fans get to meet them, hang out. They get to get all their stuff signed that they want. And just have a great time watching the episode together, and it was such a great time. I also hosted one in Kansas City earlier this year, and then came back to Phoenix to do the finale. So yeah, hoping to hit a few more locations this year for 51 coming up in about a month, and we'll see exactly how it goes this year. But yeah, that's what I do with Survivor and stuff. Is I host watch parties.
That sounds awesome. We got 4 more people to fill this draft. Hop in, $3 12-person league, and then we'll be off to the races with spinning the wheel. What's the experience like, both with Flock and Survivor, of not being in control of the edit and how you're ultimately portrayed? You put a lot of stuff on camera. I assume you send videos to Mason's editing team, and then you just see how they get stitched together. What's that like?
It's interesting. I had my first my first blurb with the editors this past like a couple of videos ago now, because a new one just dropped. So a couple of videos ago, where they showed like a trade essentially that I never offered, but they showed it as the offer that I made to Danny and Sammy. for Justin Jefferson, and it was like Jawan Johnson, and like it was just a terrible trade, right? And I was like, wait, why did you show this? And the reason was because they didn't want to show the real trade because the Chris Olave trade hadn't been leaked yet, right? The video hadn't came out yet.
Gotcha.
So they had to throw like a placeholder trade, but it was like a terrible trade. So I was just getting roasted in the comments, and that's like all it was. It was like, and I'm like, guys, why am I getting edited this way again? Why are you guys doing this to me? So it was pretty funny, but yeah, it's interesting not being in control of the edit, like because even in the Chris Olave video, you know, I'm sitting here super happy about getting Chris Olave, and I'm sitting here talking about, man, Chris Olave was my wide receiver 9 on the year. I'm so happy about this trade. But all they put was me being excited about the kicker and defense. And I'm like, okay, like, all right, I get it. Like, I get it. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. They were going to lead into you being the kicker and defensive guy. All right, I got good news. 1, the draft field. 2, Rome, we have the 6 slot, which if you're not familiar with the randomizer, being 6 or 7 is ideal because it gives us a little time in between each pick. If we're at the turn, it can get really tricky, but we are going to get rolling here right away. We're going to see the first prompt we have for round 1, randomizer with Rome. What do we got? Okay, right off the rip. This one's called Second Thoughts. Call up Mason and tell him you feel too bad about fleecing him on his most recent trade and that you would like to undo it. Do you think you would buy this if you called him up and told him you want to undo the trade?
I'm using my phone for my camera.
Okay.
And it's crazy. This is the first day I've ever done that. I could call him on Discord. Let me call him on Discord. I doubt he's going to answer just because he's super busy, but let me call him on Discord.
It's worth it. It's worth a shot here. It's worth a shot.
Calling him now.
Who was in that? Remind me who was in that trade. It was the Olave?
Yeah, it was Chris Olave for one. Oh, hello, Mason. Hello, Mason. Yes, I can. You are on live, by the way. You are on live. I'm on the Peter show. So listen, all right. I just wanted to say, man, I am sorry for fleecing you so bad in the Chris Olave trade. I am sorry for forcing you to start Wan'Dale Robinson week 1, which you clowned on me for during the draft video, and then 24 hours later traded for him. I'm sorry for fleecing you so bad. And I just wanted you to know that from the bottom of my heart that I apologize.
Unfortunately, we cannot hear Mason, so you're going to have to relay this to us. What's he saying?
All right, sounds good. Bye.
How did Mason handle that?
He said, well, I appreciate it, and if you think that I'm starting Wan'Dale Robinson over Egbuka, Jameson Williams, or Christian Watson, then you got another thing coming. So, yeah, my bad. He was on speaker. I don't know why I didn't pick it up, but yeah,
I believe you. I mean, or I don't know. You might be a pretty good actor that you just sold a fake call to Mason right there. No, I'm kidding. So you were on the phone and I wasn't going to interrupt you. Technically, you passed because you got a hold of him. I didn't know who you wanted, so I did just give you Chris Olave at pick 6 since that's your guy.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Hey, look, flock editors, if you're watching this, do not clip a screenshot of this and say that Rome likes Chris Olave so much that he takes him over Puka Nacua.
Oh, it's going to happen.
All right, let's spit again here. Round 2, we already have a call to Mason under our belt here. Okay, this is called the Romantic Empire. Someone on Twitter sent us this in 2-3 turn. I'm going to put Roman Hemby in the queue. Didn't even know that was a player. Rome must create an enticing dating profile about himself. If the chat swipes right, take whoever. So this is you just kind of riffing right here. If you had a dating profile, what would you put in it?
Will make you laugh. Here for a good time, not a long time.
When was the last time you dated? Because it sounds like you're locked down.
You said what?
When was the last time you were dating? Like, how long has that been for you?
It was when I was on a dating app before I met my now wife. So yeah. So
okay, what did that profile say? What was on that one?
It said, here for the weekend. Enjoy me while you can. That's what.
Wow. So it was one of those kind of apps, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I was out of town. I was out of town. I was at my dad's wedding. I was only there for a few days. So doing what I do, and one thing led to another. We hit it off way harder than we thought we would. Now she's my wife, man. So yeah.
Incredible. Real quick, you want AJ Brown, Brock Bowers, Nico Collins,
AJ Brown.
All right, let's get you AJ Brown and not Roman Hemby, a running back on the Raiders. I just learned. So that's great. So you were like looking for just a little one night stand weekend fling, and you ended up finding your future partner.
Yeah, I was out of town. I wasn't looking for anything serious. She was, in college, like third year in college. So she was locked in. She wasn't really looking for anything serious either. And it ended up turning into something really serious. So yeah.
And at the time, did she know you had any aspirations to do reality TV, or that was just not even in the picture yet?
No, I was doing nothing even close to this when we met. I don't even remember what I was doing. I was doing like it was one of those things where I was like in between things, but COVID just hit as well. So like it was awkward. Oh yeah, I was working for a vegan vegetarian prepackaged food company. So random, but yeah, that's what I was doing when I met her. So yeah,
what were you doing for that company?
It was like a startup company, but pretty much like I was helping with the distribution, with like the organizing where all the drivers were going to be going. Like we got hired during COVID to take like literally thousands of meals every week up to New York. So like me and the guys were like having to relay with trucks, like taking like literally truckfuls of food all the way up to New York and back to DC like every other day. So yeah, it was pretty big, especially for the people, because New York got hit with COVID pretty hard. So sorry about that. I'm taking way too long.
No, dude, it's on me to move things along. You are doing great. This prompt is called No Pals. Cue a prickly teammate. Rome spills the tea on Flock League members he expects to be at each other's throats all season to take who he wants. Is there any drama bubbling up between certain members of the Flock League here?
Ooh, drama. Let's see. I'll say, I mean, not really. I'll say the waiver gate. I'll say waiver gate between Zach and Mason. I'll say that. They were getting a little passionate there with the waiver situation.
But it's Mason's league, right? So like you kind of just have to stand down, right? Like nobody's going to challenge Mason too hard, right?
Yeah, but in a league for $100,000 on the line, it's like the little things do matter, a lot more than they do when it's not as much. So I understand both sides, but yeah.
Okay. All right. There we got some inside info on Waivergate there. Maybe it continues to bubble over. 3-6. You start with Chris Olave and AJ Brown.
Okay.
Trey McBride, I know you like your Arizona guys there. Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, Breece Hall, Ladd. Anyone else?
Yeah, give me Trey McBride.
Let's do it. Were you born in Arizona?
No, I only moved here like 5 years ago or 6 years ago now.
So you adopted kind of Cardinals fandom since you moved there?
I've not been a Cardinals fan up until I drafted 2 Cardinals. And I said, you know what? I live in Arizona and I drafted 2 Cardinals. I might as well be a fan while the stock is very low. So I'm officially a Cardinals fan as of the Flock League draft. So, wow. But no, I grew up in Oregon and there's no NFL team in Oregon. So naturally, I just didn't have an NFL team. I just like players. I like Chad Ochocinco, who went to Oregon State. I liked, Marcus Mariota, who went to Oregon, like just all those players. So yeah.
There you go. You got the Ducks going on there. Okay, round 4 prompt. Survivor is old news. Cue the next NFL retiree. I guess I'll put Aaron Rodgers in there. Rome pitches a concept for a new reality TV show to Jeff Probst. You can pretend I'm Probst, and CBS executives to take who he wants. I'm sure you've thought about this at some point. What would a Rome reality TV show look like?
Well, really, it's just a better version of Survivor, in my opinion. I think there's so many things that Survivor could edit to make the show better.
You think the show that I've made my lifelong mission to produce and oversee could be improved? Rome, go ahead, enlighten me. Tell me how I could make my show better.
I told Jeff this too, to his face, before I even got officially casted in an interview. So I told him that, one, he always says fire represents your life, but only 2 people ever actually have to make fire on Survivor, and only one has to win. Like it doesn't represent your life at all in the game, literally. Also, like just so many things. My goodness, I said that all the challenges, we need the times under every single challenge, so we know exactly how long they're going for. They still haven't done that. We need what else? What did I say? I did so many things. I said the jury needs to be sequestered because the first jury member ends up voting for the winner 89% of the time, compared to the rest of all votes being like 72% of the time. So that means the first juror has a clear say over who wins. There's a lot of things that I said to improve the game as a whole that Survivor could do for sure.
Sorry, Rome, you just pissed me off telling me my beautiful show needs improvement. I just gave you Aaron Rodgers here in round 4.
He is the next person to retire, you know. So it makes sense.
Here's my thing as someone who enjoys Survivor as well. I tune out like mentally during the physical challenges. Especially early on when they're like tribe team challenges. Down the road when they're kind of endurance ones with less people, I think that's cool. But to me, I just want to see you guys at camp. I want to see the scheming, talking behind all of the interplay. I feel like the physical challenges are played out and just not interesting anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really do physical challenges like that anymore. Like they don't do like hard physical challenges like what was it called? Sumo at sea, where like, you know, you're just on a platform with each person holding a bag and you just bash each other until someone falls off. Like they never do that challenge nowadays because they don't want people to get medevaced, because getting medevaced like ruins the game in different aspects. So they don't want people to leave medically. So it's one of those situations where they just don't do tough challenges anymore. And like they don't want like the season 39 Dan Spilio situation happening. So now you can't sleep next to somebody without like a super glued together double piece of bamboo that you have to lay down in between you and anyone anytime you sleep. Like it's definitely a different game than it was back when Boss and Rob and Amber were doing it.
All right, this next prompt, this is easy. This is confessional. We want you to give a confessional to the camera. What was your opinion of Davis Maddock after living with him for a week? Davis is one of our fellow best ball bros. He's beloved around these parts. Give us the confessional, the true Davis Maddock IRL experience.
Terrible guy. No, I'm kidding. No, he's an absolutely awesome guy. He'd be a great roommate. Would have had a blast with him if we were like college roommates or something. He's got the vibe of the guy that is always down to have some fun, but also knows to chill. You know, can take his quiet time. So he's an awesome person, honestly. So yeah.
How long? Because there's even clips of him while you guys are recording the draft order video where you guys are like all celebrating. And he's literally on his phone. Was he just drafting the entire time, or did he actually look up and talk to some of you guys?
He was drafting. He would talk to us, but like he was drafting. Like he was in like whether he was like going through his slows and making sure they were all up to date, or whether he was, you know, in a live one. We're just like, brother, like we're in the catch competition and you're entering a $500 big dog. Like, what's going on? Like, oh man.
Who do you? KF Scatabo, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Quinshon Judkins, Lamar Jackson,
DJ
Christian
Moore.
Watson.
Sure.
All right, let's get you DJ Moore here. Shout out to the chat here. Let's circle back real quick. Nick wants to know, as a diehard vegan, can you drop that name of the company you were talking about?
Yeah, it was Honeyflower Foods. Foods.
Honeyflower Foods. Shady Advice wants to mention he's doing a Survivor-themed murder mystery for a friend's birthday this weekend. That sounds fun. And then Go Easy Cards wants to know, I think he says DNA. I think he means NDA. NDA for the Flock League or Survivor. Which one was more restrictive? What does Mason tell you guys about not spilling what happens?
I mean, just don't say what happens before the video's out. You know, it's pretty simple. So, I mean, yeah, Survivor was way more strict. It's like not even funny. Like it's like you spill something, you owe $2 million. It's like, whoa, hold on. Like,
okay,
so yeah, way more serious. Yeah, way more serious.
All right, round 6 prompt. You got a place in the Flock League because of a killer submission. Cut a submission for season 2 of So You Think You Can Tout. Whoever wrote this one, no promises about a season 2, because you actually DM'd me when So You Think You Can Tout was going on. So tell me why you'd be a good co-host with me, or if you'd want to participate as like a potential tout. Toss your name in the ring for So You Think You Can Tout.
Well, I mean, like, when I reached out to you, I just wanted to be a part of it. Like, I wanted to come in, special guest, something like that. That'd be kind of fun, you know, just because it had a little Survivor theme to it, you know. But if I was to be on So You Think You Can Tout, man, listen, I bring the entertainment at the end of the day. You know, people watch these shows, yes, for facts, yes, to get their ball knowledge, but also to be entertained, right? No one wants to click on a stream or click on a video and think, oh man, this is going to be 20 minutes that I'm gonna regret and want back in my life. No, you want people to enjoy it. You want people to laugh, and that's exactly what I bring, man. I bring the laughs, I bring the excitement, and I know a little bit of ball too. So yeah.
Who are your favorite touts to watch for fantasy football?
Oh man. I mean, let's see.
I assume Mason. Is that how you got in the league, or do you not trust Mason's ball takes?
So I think that Mason is someone that I would always watch for like a nice baseline, but I never really thought that me and his rankings would line up too often with certain players.
Okay.
Like, so I think I thought that me and Sal were more aligned mentally in where we view things, but after his Flock League draft, I don't know. That brought so many questions in my head. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I like. I'm a big fan of Notorious too. But yeah, Mason, Sal, Notorious. I guess those are like my three biggest guys in the space that I really follow. So yeah.
Yeah, shout out Notorious, a good dude as well. All right, you are back on the clock. You don't have to take Mike Washington. I do think you. I should have found a spot for you within the So You Think You Can Tout universe. You have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, Chris Olave, AJ Brown, DJ Moore at wide receiver, Trey McBride at tight end. Do you want to look at running backs? What do you want to look at?
Yeah, let's look at running backs. We have none.
Yeah, Jalen Warren, Jonathan Brooks, Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, Blake Corum. Any favorites there?
Take Jalen Warren, I guess. Like it's so we have somebody.
Remind me, who are your running backs in the Flock League?
I have Bijan Robinson, I have Jeremiah Love, and I have DeAndre Swift. And also,
so as the Jeremiah Love drafter, and you got clowned on that a little bit, how excited were you to see the video of him yesterday carrying the pizzas up the stairs?
Listen, I have never had any doubts about Jeremiah Love's ankle. Even at the draft, he was already like, it had already been reported that he injured his ankle. I wasn't worried about it because the coach literally said he could have kept playing if he needed to. That was all I needed to hear. Once the coach said that, I'm like, he's fine. So when the report came out the next day, like, he doesn't need surgery, I'm like, guys, like, come on, this is literally just a reporter that asked, does he need surgery? And he said no, like, because he obviously doesn't. Like, the guy is fine. We see him carrying the pizzas. We see him, working along the sideline of practice. He can't even tell which ankle's hurt. He's fine. He's fine.
It's nice. We needed something to reshift or take back the meaning of Pizzagate. Now, when I hear Pizzagate, I'm going to think of Jeremiah Love carrying those pizzas up the stairs. It is like in fantasy, it's hard this year. We did a high stakes draft the other night, $2,000 draft. He fell all the way to 312, and we're taking Jeremiah Love, man. Like you gotta shoot for the moon there if you're competing for $100,000 like you are. All right, I see you looking at this prompt here, scribbling about Stribling. We're going to cue Brandon Ayuk. That's the punishment. You must draw a recognizable picture of Dejon Stribling, the rookie wide receiver on the 49ers, to take who he wants. Do you have a pen, a paper, anything nearby where you could attempt to draw Dejon Stribling?
Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, look, I just have to do what the prompts say, which means I have to put Brandon Ayuk in the queue right now.
All right, I'm getting a pen.
All right, he's going for it. Also, I love Best Ball Chosen becomes a member and everybody freaks out. We will be doing a bash after this. It has been a while since I've done a show with Best Ball Chosen, but I would argue it hasn't been long enough.
All right. So here we go.
Okay. All right. You have probably, I don't know, minute and a half to
do your
best.
Right.
Chad giving you tips. He says, just draw an angel and we'll know it's him.
I think
we're about to see. We know Rome's talented. We're about to find out if he can draw. You're doing good. You still got some time. We're 2 picks away.
Okay.
All right. I can't wait to see with, at this point, like it's definitely better than a stick figure. I can tell.
We'll see.
All right, you are on the clock here, so let's reveal this. Here he goes. Whoa, dude, that's like legit good. That's legit good. Who do you want? You have 9. You want to take Stribling?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, why not? I mean, at this point, DK Metcalf just once DK Metcalf's off, it's strip time.
And look at the photo. I mean, look at the photo. Like,
dude, let me see a real picture here. Hang on, you keep that up. Bro, I think that's real good. That's honestly really good.
Not bad, right? Not bad.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. That's a pass, man. I have zero artistic bones in my body, so I have mad respect for anyone who can draw like that.
That I don't either. So that was a wing and a prayer.
You did it. All right, we are cruising here, heading into round 8. Oh, okay. We have a quiz now. This is called Age of Empires. I'm going to put Nick Chubb in the queue. To take who he wants, Rome must correctly state the age of the Roman Empire. And we're going to give you an error band of 1.5 centuries. Do you know when the Roman Empire was?
No idea. 1680. Sure, let's roll with that. Like, not a clue. I hated history class.
I'm going to give you a clue. It lasted 14.8 centuries, the Roman Empire. 14.8 centuries.
I mean, I have no idea. That didn't even help. I didn't mean 1600.
Oh, well, I already gave him that. Here's the actual answer. I would have failed this too. It started in 27 BC. And it went all the way to 1453 AD.
Okay.
What a run there for the Roman Empire. What do you think is going to last longer? The Roman Empire or your reign as champ in the Flock League?
I think that my reign is champ, man. I could see myself, being a 4-time winner at this point. Like the way that these guys are drafting, like it's looking rough for some of them, man. So I'm feeling pretty good about my chances this year for sure.
All right, there you go. I mean, if you win, what would even your victory lap tour be? Because I feel like your draft received the most hate, the most chirping, and then for you to win, I mean, how are you rubbing that in everybody's faces?
I mean, I really wouldn't. Like, I saw it coming. Like, it's y'all's fault for not seeing it. Like, that's how I would feel. Like, I think that it's very simple, the formula to win fantasy football. And I think that a lot of people just don't use that formula at all. So
what's the formula? Tell me the secret.
The formula is do not draft like you're going to have that team the entire season, because you're not.
Because you're going to cut them and put them on the waiver wire?
You're going to cut them. You're going to trade them, all that stuff. If you notice, the second that any draft ends, any redraft ends, immediate value of running back skyrockets. The second that the draft ends, people draft how they want, and then the second that the draft ends, all of a sudden everyone realizes, oh man, I only have 2 running backs, and if either one of them gets injured, all of a sudden I'm starting, like you're looking at the bottom of the barrel, like RJ Harvey, things like that. It's like, do you really want to risk that? Probably not.
Okay, we're gonna get rolling because this is a multimedia prompt. This is called Blindside. Identify whether photos are from the 2009 Sandra Bullock film, the sport drama, or from a Survivor Tribal Council. You will see here what I mean in 1 second after I get these photos pulled up here. Okay, so is this photo from the Sandra Bullock movie or from a tribal council?
Yeah, that's the Blind Side. That's I'm pretty sure
that's correct.
Cover.
That's from the Blind Side. You're 1 for 1 here. All right, next one. Is this Tribal Council or the movie The Blind Side?
Like at Tribal Council or just a photo of a person on Survivor?
I refuse to answer that question. No.
All right. It's from The Blind Side. It better not be.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's not a Tribal Council set. Like,
is this from Tribal Council or The Blind Side?
Tribal Council. Let's see the beads.
Correct. That's you getting your torch snuffed. Is this from Tribal Council or The Blind Side?
Yeah, it's Teeny. Yep.
Oh, wait. Did I not get that answer up here? Is this Tribal Council or The Blind Side?
That's Jeff's shirt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tribal
that's
Council.
right next to you there. Okay, you got 9 seconds to take who you want. You want another running back? J.K. Dobbins, Monungai, Kenny Gainwell, Rashad White, Chris Rodriguez?
Rashad White.
Let me see if I got him in time. I did. Okay.
Sweet.
What's that experience like? You get you get your torch snuffed. You say to Jeff, I know you just put out my fire, but this doesn't actually represent my life in the game. And then where do you go? Do they get you on a dinghy right away to send you to Ponderosa?
No, I walked down the path, and you wait in this little tent. Like they put you in a tent by yourself, like a really hot tent by yourself, and you just kind of sit there and have to wait till Tribal Council like actually is over, and they actually leave the set. So for me, it was kind of crazy because I walked down and then Jeff handed everyone the buffs. And so everyone cheered and all that stuff. So I'm just in the tent by myself hearing everyone cheering. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is dramatic. So afterwards, after that, you leave the tent, they weigh you and you talk to all the producers and then you get on a speedboat, a really nice speedboat, and you head back to the resort.
Incredible. Okay, now we're gonna have to work here. This is 1,000 yards. Q, Izzy, Abandakanda, Roman Pete sing along to "I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles" by the Pretenders, inserting 1,000 yards for any distance reference to take whoever. Let me get. I mean, this is insanity here.
Who came up with this?
This is shout out to our producers here.
Do not shout out to producers here.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. When I wake up.
Who wakes up next to you? I don't know this song. I don't know.
I go out. You don't know this song? Yeah, I know I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you, Rome. If I get drunk. Well, I know I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I have,
yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's having you. And
I would walk.
Oh, I know the
1,000 yards.
I would walk 1,000 more. The man who walks 1,000.
All right, crap. We have to pick. We have to pick. Oh my god. We have to pick. And I can't find my screen. On the clock. Okay, we're back. Do you want Chris Rodriguez, Aaron Jones, Keaton Mitchell, Harold Fannin, Bo Nix, George Kittle?
What are these options? Kittle.
Did I get him? Oh my God. I think we did it just in the nick of time. Holy cow. Whew. Okay. So you've never heard that song before?
Not till the chorus. Facts. Hell no. That's the type of song you just heard a million times in movies or TV shows, randomly pops up so you know the words. I've never actually heard that full song in my life.
Big Sploosh says, producers failing to realize only white people know that song is hilarious. That song played at my wedding, so I can confirm this, Big Sploosh.
I didn't want to say nothing, but, shout out to Big Sploosh, man.
Oh man, good thing we're running out of randomizer shows this year. The producers are, we're running out of ideas over here. But hey, we passed. I think we passed. Are you a karaoke guy though? Do you like karaoke?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'll do it if like 4 drinks in, but no, I'm not a fan of not a fan of karaoke personally.
Yeah, we're going to put Rome in the production chat. He's going to have some ideas on how to improve this. Okay, this comes to us from Christopher Davis. Shout out, Christopher. It's called Ball Historian. Name 2 retired Steelers running backs. If you can only name one, you get to draft Rico Dowdle, who's already gone. Although we already drafted Jalen Warren. But if you can name 0, we have to draft Caleb Johnson. Can you name some retired Steelers running backs?
Well, yeah, Jerome Bettis, the guy with my namesake,
The bus
and Le'Veon Bell. But so what do I get now? I could draft anyone?
You get to draft whoever. You know your cool. Steelers history there.
Yeah.
There you go. Beautiful. Did you always like Jerome Bettis after sharing your namesake?
Yeah, I mean, he was the only celebrity with my name growing up. He was the only famous Jerome, so except for like Jerome in the House, but like I didn't really watch that show. So yeah, it was mainly just Jerome Bettis, and he was the bus. He used to run people over, and so that was. Even though I was little, I used to take that mindset into my football games. Like I could be a bust too, so.
Yes. All right. You are going to get to pick who you want. Let's do a quick recap of this team so you can see what you need to make this thing work. You do have a stack. Aaron Rodgers to Jalen Warren. Nick Chubb, that was a punishment. You did get Rashad White, Chris Olave, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, Dejon Stribling. Shout out that photo. You need to auction that off for charity. Trey McBride and George Kittle. Nice tight end room there. What position would you like to look at?
Quarterback for sure.
Okay. Bo Nix, Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Tyler Shuck.
Give me my boy Tyler Shuck, man. Give me my boy.
Stack him up with Olave.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Couple
stacks,
Little stacks. Do you did you get any stacks in your Flock League draft? Was that something you were trying to accomplish?
Yeah, I got well, now I have Chris Olave and Tyler Shuck, so I have that stack. And I believe that's the only stack that I have right now. So I got Matt Stafford, so we'll see if maybe I can, swing a Puka Nakua or Devontae Adams to my team in the future. We'll see, but you never know.
Beautiful. There you go. Aaron Rodgers, Tyler Shuck. Yeah, because one thing I was thinking about for the league, because you guys also get $5,000 if you're the highest scoring team each week. Is that true?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because that's where the stacking actually comes into play, where it's like you get that one big game, Shuck to Olave. So I would think stacking is actually pretty important to get those $5,000 little bonuses.
Yeah, especially in a 6-point passing touchdown quarterback league. Like, I mean, it changes the game completely. Like, it makes Jalen Hurts go from, being a top 6-7 quarterback in redraft, all of a sudden he's like bottom 20. So, or like, outside of the top 20. So it definitely changes a lot. People don't even realize Matt Stafford was the #1 quarterback overall in fantasy football in 6-point passing touchdown format. And I got him in round 13 of the Flock League. So feeling great.
There you go. There you go. We got another confessional for you. Tell the haters and losers why you will get the last laugh for selecting a kicker in the single-digit rounds. You famously took Brandon Aubrey before anyone else grabbed a kicker.
Like, are we going to act like Danny and Sammy didn't take a literal defensive player in the 9th round? Like, they took Travis Hunter in the 9th round, and I'm getting flack for taking Brandon Aubrey. They picked somebody that is literally not going to play on offense, and I'm going to get hate for Brandon Aubrey. I'm going to be laughing to the bank when Brandon Aubrey is dropping 20, 25s all on people's heads this year, because the Cowboys offense is looking so dang good and so ready. They're going to be crossing that 50-yard line every single time. So every time they get the ball, he's going to be getting points no matter what. So I feel great about it.
Are there any bonuses for long kicks in that league?
Yeah. The longer the kick, the more the points. So if he kicks a 50-yarder, it's 5 points. If he kicks a 60-yarder, it's 6 points. So yeah, it's going to be nice.
So you want the Cowboys to be good, but just good enough to get the ball across the 50, but not good enough to score. You just need the offense to stall out at about the 40 every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Need the offense just to stall out right there. CeeDee Lamb maybe drop another ball, things like that, and we're good to go.
Let's see here. I'll look at the running backs. You're down to Woody Marks, Algier, Jonah Coleman, Marshawn Lloyd, Tank Bigsby, Denzel Boston, Mark Andrews, Ferguson.
We'll go Jonah Coleman.
Don't sound so excited.
This is why you take running backs early. I hate drafting running backs like this. You just never feel confident ever starting them. That's why I'd rather draft running backs in the first few rounds for sure. Even in best ball, I hate drafting running backs late, even in best ball, especially in best ball.
Are you feeling, as far as your team heading into week 1 right now, are you feeling good, or are there still some moves you'd like to make before you set that starting lineup?
I'm still trying to make moves. I've been talking with Avery about a certain trade. But I feel great about my starting lineup. I mean, shoot, my lineup is looking like one of the best in the entire league. Like, it's funny because on the Flock Fantasy site, I was ranked like 11th after the draft. And then the one Chris Olave trade, all of a sudden my team is ranked 2nd overall out of everyone. So it's interesting how literally one trade can change the perspective on everyone. But I'm sitting here like, it's the same team. It's just one player difference. And everyone's all of a sudden saying my team is so great. So I already know what my team had. And it's nice to see everybody else realize that too.
Here we go. Round 13 prompt, Arizona Ambassador. I'm going to cue James Conner, and you must retrieve the Arizona state food, prickly pear cactus, or other desert plant before the next pick to take who he wants. Do you have anything that is very Arizona coded in your residence here? Any prickly pear cactus, desert plants?
No
succulents in the house? Because I could even get a succulent. I got a succulent back here. You can see it right over my shoulder.
Let me check.
Wow.
I don't think I have plans.
Okay. Fake Arizona resident. I'll go ahead and I'll put James Conner in the queue here. This is like when I had John Warner go get the maple syrup. And then he brought out like Aunt Jemima's.
Yeah, definitely no plants. No plants whatsoever. You don't have plants.
Yes, we would accept sand. Nope, we're gonna fail you here. But I think James Conner is gonna look real good on this team, Rome.
Oh, okay, all right.
Here's the question for you. Did you get Algier? Are you a handcuff guy with Jeremiah Love? Are you thinking about his backup?
No. It would be cool to have him, but like, I'm not stressing about keeping him on my roster spot. Like, there's only 5 bench spots in the Flock League. So
Yeah.
Using one of them for a handcuff is so risky. But that's also why I don't want to have to stream defenses and kickers every week, because I don't want to have to keep on swapping out that last spot. I just want the best kicker in the game. That way I don't have to worry about it, and the best defense in the game when Aaron Donald signs. So I cannot wait for that.
Are your is it a waiver order or fab budget for waivers?
It's fab budget for waivers. It's fab budget. So yeah.
So you're gonna keep that and then are you able to make like just regular transactions that cost no money, or does every move cost at least $1?
You are, but not until the season starts. So like that's something that we had to get clarified, because that wasn't relayed to me either about how it works. So apparently it's once a week up until the season starts, and then it's like free agency is open after week 1, I guess. So like that's when it starts being free and things like that. So yeah.
All right, round 14 prompt. What about love? Speak of the devil. Q Trey Benson in Rome delivers an impassioned monologue to Jeremiah Love about why he's Love's #1 fan to take what he wants. I'm no longer Jeff Probst. I'm Jeremiah Love now.
I just gotta read my DM I sent to him, a couple days ago. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. I was like, knowing you might have been like, are you actually okay? Because I put a lot on you.
No, I just listen, Jeremiah, man. Listen, you are an absolutely incredible player, man. You look like an absolute beast at Notre Dame, man. No one could stop you. The coach literally said that if they could use you in every way, even more, that they would. You have all the talent in the world to be literally the best running back to come out in the last 5 to 10 years. You can do it. And this is a team in a city that's willing to get behind you and willing to rock with you. And we see the way that you're carrying those pizzas up those stairs to your teammates. Okay. And the way that you support your teammates is exactly how we're going to be supporting you here in Arizona. Okay. You're going to love being a Cardinal, and you're going to absolutely smash this year. You're going to get offensive rookie of the year. And who knows, you might even get MVP when you lead the Cardinals to a Super Bowl.
So I love that, but tell me, why are you my #1 fan? Because I hear a lot of this from other people too.
Because I have $100,000 riding on you, so I need you to do good. Okay.
There it is. There it is. All right. I'm not going to make you take Trey Benson. We can look back at wide receivers. I know you don't like Travis Hunter, Cyrus Allen, Adonai Mitchell, Jalen McMillan, Pat Bryant.
We'll go Jalen McMillan. McMillan.
We'll grab Jalen McMillan. What was your prep work for the flock draft? Obviously, a ton of money on the line. I'm sure you want to get it right. Were you doing mock drafts? How did you get in the right state of mind for that draft?
Pretty much it was tough because one, I didn't know what the competition was going to be for like a good 3 weeks before the rest of the guys knew, like until I got in the league. So once I got in the league, it was like, okay, I'm a little bit late on what it's going to be. It's going to be catching with a jugs machine. So, I went out and bought the gloves that I was going to use. I had to get prepared for that, because I knew that the draft order matters way more. Like that almost matters more than preparing for the actual draft itself. So I didn't really prepare for the draft itself until pretty much that week when I knew what spot I was going to take, right? Like I knew the research on all the players that I wanted to do and things like that. So I knew who I liked, who I didn't like. I just didn't know where I was going to be drafting. So I really locked in on the competition first, which I ended up getting second, and I got Bijan on my team now. So yeah.
There you go. This prompt, we kind of already did this, but let's run it back. Rome is burning. I'm going to cue Deontay Burnett. To take who he wants, Rome must provide a critical review of his edit on the Flock League draft, including one thing they got right to take who he wants. Anything else from the actual draft video that you like how you were portrayed or didn't like?
I mean, not really. I mean, aside from like every time that I left the room, them actually showing all the shit talking that they were doing to me behind my back. Aside from that, I was cool with everything, but honestly, I think it was pretty cool. Like they even included the, me talking about how much my wife wanted me to have Brandon Aubrey. So that was nice for sure. Cause yeah,
what's the tie-in with your wife and Brandon Aubrey?
So last year was my wife's first time playing fantasy football with me. So she joined a league with me, and we ended up both making the playoffs. We were on opposite sides of the playoffs. She ended up getting third in the league, and I ended up winning it. And she had Brandon Aubrey on her team, and Brandon Aubrey like won her a couple of weeks by himself essentially. And so she said, listen, when you go down there, I have one rule, that you come home with Brandon Aubrey. So that was my one rule. So I knew that I had to take him in a round that he would definitely get back to me. So being at the 2 spot, I had to take him at the 9-2, because there's a good chance that somewhere in the 10th round, someone would have taken him. And I don't care what they say. I think it would happen.
Dude, I think here, let's actually make this pick. And then let's see. You have 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. What position do you want to look at?
Wide receiver.
All right, wide receiver, Omar Cooper, Malik Washington, Caleb Douglas, Keyshawn Booty, Devon Vele. You want a double stack?
Yeah, let's do Vele. Let's do Vele. Why not?
Yeah. I was just going to say, people are giving you crap about Brandon Aubrey. I didn't realize it was to preserve your marriage. Like, I mean, happy wife, happy life. You had to go and get that kicker. I'm no longer, I'm on team Rome on this one now.
I know, man. Like, look, she's pregnant with twins. I'm doing everything to make her happy. So if she said, bring home Brandon Aubrey, if I would have came home and I would have said, baby, Sal got Brandon Aubrey, she would have lost her mind. She would have said, what are you doing? Who did you take in the 9th round? Who did you take instead? So
they say pregnant women have weird cravings. I never thought Brandon Aubrey would be one of them, though.
Yeah. Brandon Aubrey is the top of the list for sure. So yeah.
Be real quick before we spin here, go AZ card. So Charles is an Arizona guy as well. He wants your take on Marvin Harrison Jr. this year. What do you think?
He is potentially the biggest question mark in fantasy football. If you want to win your fantasy league, don't draft him. If you want to take a chance at winning maybe a smaller league that you're in that doesn't really matter as much, draft him. That's truly how I feel about Marvin Harrison. He could literally be the wide receiver 2 this year, and no one would be surprised if Michael Wilson had another 1,000-yard season. So
there you go. Okay, this one comes from Tony Squares, who covers Survivor, was on So You Think You Can Tout. He says, if you can't say something nice, I'm going to cue Jerome Ford. Rome has to say something nice and mean it about Soul from Survivor to take who he wants. Can you do this successfully?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really nice family guy, you know, really family oriented. You know, while we were out there, it was cool. We got to it was Mother's Day, so I asked everybody to go around, say something nice about their mom, and you know, his story was really touching, and it was his wife's birthday one day out there on Survivor. So we saw a flower that reminded him of her. And so we went there and sang happy birthday to the flower like it was his wife. And, you know, he broke down in tears, and it was a really touching moment. But all that got cut out because I'm a villain. So yeah, he's a great guy, man. He's a great guy. Really, really family oriented.
How do the beefs on Survivor, do they carry over to real life, or once you're off the island?
Only for people that don't realize it's a game. I'll say that. Only for people that don't realize. Plenty of people get blindsided, get backstabbed, and are fine because they realize it is a game, right? The person that you're out on the island while you're starving and hangry is not playing a game. It's not going to be the person you are in real life, hanging out, getting a beer, you know? So
would you like Jacoby Brissett on this team to throw to Trey McBride? You like Jacoby Brissett?
Sure, yeah. I mean, why not? Let's do it.
I figure you could probably use a third quarterback with Rodgers and Shuck here.
Yeah, he is my highest drafted best ball exposure.
He is. Okay. How many you been in the underdog streets? You drafted?
Yeah, I did quite a few drafts, but then I realized that I like the guys I like, and they kept falling to me, so all mine started to look the same, and I was like, you know what, I'm either gonna win or I'm not. So it's like, there's no point keep on doing this again.
We call that the Davis Maddock approach to best ball.
Yeah.
Draft the same team 2,000 times.
Yeah.
It is funny you mentioned the Survivor thing, because it reminded me of Jonathan from this recent season where he was all upset after, and it was like, it seemed like he was really failing to realize it was a game.
Yeah, and I think he should have realized he was never going to win going into the game, period. People just aren't that fond of him as a person, so it's it was one of those things where he should have known he had no chance of winning. He should have just went out there and had fun. That's how I look at that situation. If you know that most of the people on the cast just don't like you, you should just go out there and have fun. And he actually tried to win, which I think was why he didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Rocket League man, cue the next Houston player. I have a video clip I'm about to pull up. You're going to provide color commentary over a segment, and I barely know what these words mean, but I know you do this for a living, of the February 22nd, 2026 RLCS Boston semifinal Game 1 victory between Vitality and NRG to take who he wants. Are these words that you understand?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
Completely understand it.
Okay, let me get this up here, and we are going to get your play-by-play on what's happening here, and you can show us your skills.
Okay. Are you? I might be rusty. I haven't done this in a while now. I haven't commentated in a while. All right, here we go. And we've got Beast Mode going to be kicking things off and sending us right down the pitch. We're going to be having the demo coming out early, but right now Beast Mode's looking to make a play. He centers it, but not able to get that. The clear is going to be there. It's going to the corner, going to be rallied up by Stizzy, who's going on up, and he's getting the reset, looking to make a unique pass, but nothing's going to be there just quite yet. And here we go yet again. Beast Mode coming out, looking to put energy on top, trying to make the plays right here. Atomic going to drop it down in front of the net, but no, cleared away yet again. Beast Mode able to contest Stizzy, but Stizzy still able to get the better of him, and the clear. It hits off the back wall, and now a real good chance potentially for Vitality as it goes off the ceiling, but nobody's able to get any type of unique touches yet. And here we go yet again, man. Great defensive plays coming out of both sides. It's a lot of unique plays coming out, but nobody's able to really get control. And so here we go. Another reset coming in yet again as Stizzy passes this one up to Zen. And Zen, who is known for his absolute accuracy, puts a dart onto the net, but it is going to be cleared out yet again. So here we go as another reset is going to be coming out. And now Exotic, who's known for his nice mid play, is pushing the pace just quite a little bit, but yet nobody is able to get any type of scores, and we're already a minute 15 into this one. We might be looking at a golden goal type of game where if you're able to just put one away, that might need to be it, but oh, there's the double tap coming in, and Zen able to clean up the double tap and get the first one on the board for Vitality, and just like that, they go up 1-0 at the RLCS Boston Major.
Holy shit, dude. That was good. I literally had no idea what I was watching there, but I was absolutely enthralled by your commentary.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's what I do, you know.
So I have good news and bad news. The good news is you timed out on KDOT and while successfully fulfilling that prompt. The bad news is we're also on the clock again. So I'm gonna make this pick retroactively. Who do you want to be your final pick in this draft? And then we'll do one more prompt.
How many running backs do I have?
You have 5. You're looking at Sean Tucker, Kamani Vidal, Singleton.
Yeah, give me Kamani Vidal. Give me Kamani Vidal.
Yeah, with Keaton Mitchell banged up here.
Yeah.
So tell me, I need to know, how did you get, because you have this gig, and tell people exactly what the gig is with the color commentary. Your name is obviously Rome, the host. I assume you're big into esports. How did this all transpire?
Yeah, so pretty much I grew up playing Call of Duty like pretty competitively. Like I used to travel around and go to like actual like in-person events, things like that, like with the team, all that stuff. And one of my good friends that I used to play competitively with, when I was like 19, 20, he ended up retiring from being a pro, and he turned into a commentator for Call of Duty, and he was doing it for like 3 years. And after a while, like COVID hit, and I was like, you know, everyone's kind of like not knowing what to do, you know, in life, because a lot of people's lives kind of halted, and including mine. And I was sitting here like, man, if my friend Study could do this that I've known for like 6-7 years, if he could do this, I could do this, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start commentating some smaller things. So I started commentating smaller things. And then Collegiate Rocket League noticed me, and they asked me if I'd ever commentated Rocket League before. I said no, but they brought me in, and then 3 months after commentating CRL, they invited me to CRL Worlds. So I got to commentate their Worlds event in person in Dallas, Texas.
How did you have the learning curve that quickly from never doing it to being able to commentate on it?
I'd actually never played Rocket League either. Like I'd never like I still can't play Rocket League till this day. I can't even jump and touch the ball. But yeah, pretty much I got asked, like they said, hey, like we have a small Rocket League tournament next week. We need a commentator for it. Have you ever commentated? And I was like, no, but I can learn it real quick. And they were like, okay, it's next week. So pretty much there was a Rocket League RLCS commentator that was just streaming on Twitch. I went into his Twitch chat and I said, hey, gonna be casting Rocket League for the first time. Could you give me some tips? And he literally on his stream, I guess he was just bored. He just went down every term that I need to know. He was like, this is what a flip reset is. This is what, you know, this is what a double tap is. This is what a clear is. This is what, you know, everything is. This is what a bump is. This is what a rule 1 is. And so he just went down all the terminology. So I just sitting here typing and writing down everything he was saying. And so a week later, I just used that cheat sheet to commentate. And then I just started memorizing it over time. And then eventually I just didn't need the cheat sheet. So yeah, I learned Rocket League, learned to commentate it without ever knowing how to play it.
That is incredible. Did you have people early on? Like, I assume you would make like a couple mistakes early on. Would people be on you hard for that? Or were you just had it off the rip?
No, I kind of just had it off the rip. There was like a couple times where like I didn't know what my co-commentator was talking about. Like they would say something I didn't know what was going on, but you just play it off, you know? Yeah. So
like the randomizer draft.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I did that. And then 3 days after that event, the biggest talent agency in gaming for hosting and commentating. They reached out to me and said, "We think you should be on bigger stages. Do you want to get signed to our agency?" And I said, "Heck yeah." And then 3 days after that, they said, "Hey, someone backed out of our Fortnite tournament in Saudi Arabia. Do you want to fly out in 4 days to Saudi Arabia and commentate a $2 million Fortnite tournament?" And I said, "I have never commentated Fortnite before. I have played it, but I've never commentated it, but I'm down to go." And they said, "All right, pack your bags. You're leaving in 4 days." So 4 days later, I was in Saudi Arabia commentating a $2 million Fortnite tournament. So,
And were you cramming Fortnite on that flight too?
yes, it was 22 hours of flying. And the entire time on the plane, I was going over terminology. I downloaded a million videos about Fortnite to learn the current meta and all that stuff, because I'd played Fortnite. Like, I used to play back when it first dropped, but Fortnite 2 years ago was much different than Fortnite 6-7 years ago, right? So so pretty much I had to learn the new metas, had to know who all the current pros are, who the pop-off players are, the storylines, who all the duos are. I just had to learn all that. So I had 22 hours of flights to just cram everything. And so that's what I did, is I just crammed everything, and I ended up getting asked to commentate Championship Sunday. So it was pretty cool. And I got to meet the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia out there. He came into the green room and shook everybody's hand, and it was an experience for sure. So yeah.
So is that kind of your main gig now, is doing those commenting, or does that still pop up more in like a freelance capacity?
I haven't commentated anything in like a year. Like it's been a while, but it's really because it blew up so much during COVID, because everything went online. So they just needed commentators because there was just a shortage. So that's kind of how I got in, was COVID. But once COVID went away, like all those online things just like went away as well. So then it just became like pretty much just the top tier stuff then. And so unfortunately I didn't crack into the top highest tier of commentating. But if I would have, then I'd still probably be commentating for sure, because those guys are making like $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. Just talking about video games. So yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm convinced. Again, I don't know what you were saying, but I believed every word you said. So I hope you get some more gigs here. I mean, at the very least, I saw you did do like a behind the scenes video on your YouTube channel for the Flock League. I think you got to start just doing. You clearly can pick up commentating on anything. I think you got to do some more fantasy football commentating.
Yeah, I think I probably should. Like, people have asked me to like not just do the live streams, but actually do like videos and things like that. And it's like, okay, like I didn't really see this for myself, but you never know where life will take you, right? So it's like maybe I end up getting into the straight up creator space, and I'm able to give you guys some content. I think I actually do have my first video that I'm going to be dropping, so I already know what video it's going to be and stuff. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, man, you a man of many talents. You got a lot going on right now. Let's recap this final team, put a bow on it. Some of these picks you made on your own volition. Some of them were forced upon you. Aaron Rodgers, Tyler Shuck, and Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Jalen Warren, Nick Chubb, Rashad White, Joe Coleman, James Conner, and Kamani Vidal. Chris Olave, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, Dejon Stribling, Jalen McMillan, Devon Vele, Trey McBride, Kittle, and Cade Otton. You go to battle for this squad?
No, the running backs are terrible. My team looks like Stacks and Stoned. I don't know.
I would say you don't strike me as like a 0 RB guy, and this is a pretty extreme 0 RB build here.
Yeah, this is negative RB. I mean, we got like 4 guys that might not even play on the season. Like, Jesus.
Well, here, I just want to let you know, I paid for this one, these $3, and any winnings I will split with you, okay?
Thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate it.
The chat loved this, and hopefully you saw when you were doing the commentary, the chat was going off. They absolutely loved it. So you crushed it, man. I knew you would be a great randomizer guest, and you absolutely delivered. Can't wait to watch you throughout the season on the Flock League, and keep letting them talk shit, Rome. You just get those W's there in the fantasy football streets.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That's what I'm looking to do, man. So I feel great about my team, feel great about everything going into the year. I can't wait for week 1. Like, man, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yes. We will be rooting for you. We'll be following along. Anything else you'd like people to check out? I will tag your YouTube channel in the description. Anything else you want people to look out for?
I mean, really just look out for, me being more active in the YouTube space. Like, it's like one of those things where, I kind of talked to Mason in Austin, and he kind of encouraged me to go ahead and start doing the YouTube thing too. It's like, there's no reason not to. So So I guess get ready to look for more videos. Mine might not be nearly as serious as most fantasy football content that you're going to be taking in, like top 50 rankings and things like that. I probably won't be doing that. Like, I think my first video is probably going to be like the 10 worst picks in the Flock League. I think that's going to be my first video. So we'll see exactly how that one goes, but it's going to be fun to just have some fun with the content creation. And I do plan on doing start sits lives like every Sunday, every Thursday before games. So if you have any start sit questions, by all means, come to my channel and hit me up and I'll be there.
I have a future YouTube video title for you.
Okay.
You're gonna make this around mid-January, and it says how Brandon Aubrey won me $100,000 ... and saved my marriage.
Oh yes. Now this is the thing.
That's a beggar.
Could you imagine if I do win the Flock League? What's the draft going to look like next year? Are people going to draft differently next year if they realize, oh man, this Rome guy was onto something?
Yeah, Cam Little's going in the 5th round. If you win, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how early Brandon Aubrey goes next year if he messes around and does that for me.
All right, dude. I'm going to do some drafts with YouTube members. I'm going to let you go. Absolute blast drafting with you, and we'll catch you around the interwebs.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. It was an absolute blast. Seriously.
All right, man. We will catch Rome later. What a fun randomizer there. Let's get the giveaway, or not giveaway, the spin going here to see who's going to hop on. We can do a couple bash drafts today. Let's keep it simple. Actually, if I do Rome, a bunch of people have already written Rome in the chat. Let's do. We've also said Aubrey. We'll do Rome's. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm adding a Z just to make sure it's unique from the other chat messages. Hashtag Rome's if you want to join me on the bash. And I'm going to play the intro, do a little reset, little overlay reset here, but let's get ready for the bash with you guys hopping on stream to draft BBM teams with me.
Welcome to the Best Ball Bash. We are throwing a party. One of you guys in the chat will be hopping on stream to draft, and then we will split the $2 million prize.
We are in the 2020 Honda Civic.
I think we got to lock him up. You're going to be able to get us Jalen Noel to fall by staring them down in the eye right now.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do, Pete.
Lock him up. That's my kind of guy. I am going to need a howl from you.
Hopefully none of my neighbors mind.
Oh, this is going to be my life. This is so much fun.
All right. Oh, what is going on here? I need to change my background. Let's try that. I thought I had the right one in here. I did not. There we go. Now we're back. 21 people here wanting to draft. Let me change the screen here as well. There we go. All right, 22 of you. Hashtag Rome's in the chat if you guys want to draft with me. I'm nearing the end of my Best Ball Mania maxing journey. I'm at 130, 20 more BBM drafts to go. This will be the 3rd year in a row that I have maxed BBM on stream. We'll do another 2 here. That'll leave me with 18 to do over the next, week and a half? We'll probably sneak in a marathon stream there at some point to get the job done. But let's go ahead and spin here right off the rip. Good luck to everybody in the chat. Apologies to whoever gets slow rolled here. No! 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 I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Why, Lord? Why? He snap DMs me too. The wheel has not even stopped spinning. Oh my God. The worst part of this, honestly, the worst part is he let his YouTube membership lapse. Oh, fuck me. Oh. I don't know. You know what? I've been strongly against the accusations that the wheel is rigged. I now think the wheel is rigged. And I'm not the one rigging it. Come on, Martin. Understand your bash lore. Started off as a... Oh my God. Oh God. Look who it is. I can't even hear you, which is actually how I prefer it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Unfortunately, yes.
Dude.
How are we doing?
This isn't Toxic Tower.
I mean, I just want to know how do you let your YouTube membership lapse, then you come in here and you're like, I'll resub, and then immediately win. What deal with the devil did you make?
Well, so I had the upgraded tier version of my membership, and so I canceled that, and I wanted to go back to the normal one, and so that's how I let it lapse.
Okay.
So.
All right. That's a good justification here. Are you ready to draft a Best Ball Mania team with me? And let's not fuck this up. Can we draft a good one here?
Yeah, we'll draft a good one. I won't balance my exposures on Pete's time today.
No, let's do a joint heart of heart draft. Like let's get our guys. No exposure balancing. You know, we can take a good value pick.
We can draft a good team.
A good value, but let's just fucking draft a good team.
Let's do it.
What have you been up to? How's your summer been going?
It's been going great. Doing a lot of work, and I'll be a married man in about 2 weeks. So I'm prepping, getting ready for that. I'm pretty
okay. What where's the? Are you doing a honeymoon right after as well?
Yeah. We're going to the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee for the honeymoon. That'll be fun. Got some.
Okay, you're gonna swing by David Kitchen's place while you're over there.
I don't think David Kitchen would like me to stop by his place. I think that would probably be
weird. How long have you been dating your fiance?
We're coming up on about a year of dating and then being engaged. Ooh. Everything all together. So
So you've only known her for less than a year?
About a year in all. Yeah.
Wow. So you guys moved quick.
Yeah, we made it happen.
Wow. Okay. And you're young, right? You're how old?
I'm 22. She's 18.
What? She's 18? What is going on? You guys have known each other for less than a year? You're running off this.
Well, so her
18-year-old?
She'll be 19 by the time we're married. But
okay, that's a relief. That's a relief. Where did you meet her?
It's a church friend.
Okay.
We got mutually.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I know how this works now. I went to a Nazarene university. There's literally a phrase there called ring by spring. The girls all want to get married. Everybody has to wait until they're married to have sex. And so you got to go pop, pop, pop. So I get it. I just solved this equation. It seemed weird at first, but now I understand it. Do I have the right read on it?
Yeah. Close enough.
All right. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Crutches knows ring by spring, baby. Okay. 1-8 here. We are looking at most likely CMC, Jonathan Taylor, or CeeDee Lamb. CMC goes. Who's the pick here?
I think it's probably Taylor. I think I'm not a big fan of Taylor here, but I'm not really a big fan of any of the guys here at pick 8. I'm not a big fan. So yeah, if Taylor's good for you, let's do Taylor.
No, Taylor's good for me. I mean, I'm really flat in this range. I think I'm like, it's close between him and CeeDee, but I don't mind grabbing JT. I think the one thing I've been noticing lately is I do like the value at running back more in the mid and late parts of the draft. So I'm not opposed to wide receiver heavy starts. What are your drafts looking like right now?
So I haven't drafted in quite a while. So to be honest, I couldn't tell you, Pete.
You've been out of the drafting streets?
Yeah, I haven't drafted for probably close to a month and a half, something like that. So
what? Okay, so there's no exposures to even balance on mine.
Well,
this is like
so. I mean, I spent like $1,000 this year, which was probably more than I probably should have. But I've got some decent exposures.
Well, I assume you had to save for a wedding and a honeymoon, and you were like, oh, maybe I can't blast off on best ball.
Yeah. maybe need to take a chill pill for a second. I think Devon Achane here, if he falls, is going to be just a smash here. I'm not super duper worried. I mean, they had a really, really bad offense last year. I don't think it can get too much worse than that. So I'm happy taking Achane if he falls. Yeah.
All right, let's get Achane. We'll start Jonathan Taylor. Achane. Do I have any? Let's see here. What do I have? No, this is my first Jonathan Taylor Achane team, brought to you by BBChosen here. So you haven't been drafting. Are you still consuming fantasy football content? Are you still thinking about fantasy football?
Yeah, for sure. I watch I don't know, way more than I probably should each day. Probably close to 2 to 3 hours of fantasy football content a day. So
is it hard to watch a lot of fantasy football content and then not draft?
Yes, I so want to like click the button, but I don't, and I think that's a good sign that I'm not addicted or anything like that. That I can consume it and be adjacent to it, but not necessarily give in. So.
Well, look at this. I mean, you just took however much you spent on the membership, and then you rolled that into a $25 draft. I mean, you did it.
Well, I mean, it's like 12 and a half, right? It's half and half. So
there you go. All right, we're starting Jonathan Taylor Achane. We're here with my guy BBChosen. Go AZ Cards. Some people, Martin wasn't familiar with the BBChosen lore. Probably doesn't know about the tout fish. All this stuff, but Go AZ Cards wants to know, what's the biggest lesson you learned from So You Think You Can Tout?
Well, I think what I learned is there are just a lot more interesting people than me. Like, I'm sure that I would be fine, like chatting, just around, my normal friends and whatnot. But there are just some people like, man, these people are just more interesting than me, and so that was probably the main thing.
I'll push back on that, in that I think you're a very interesting person. I think you could say there's people who are more like dynamic on camera. There's people who are able to convey their interestingness in the camera a better way, but you are a very interesting person. So do not discredit yourself in that regard.
Well, I appreciate that, Pete. If anyone can get you to fall out of your chair and run around for a couple of seconds before the draft, I guess that means something.
It was literally like, you're the one person who became a YouTube member today, and the chat was already ragging on you when you did that. And then the fact that your name comes, it was just too perfect. Perfect. All right, let's see what we're looking at here in the third round. We got a few of these wide receivers. Kyren Williams. Wide receiver, as we see Rashee Rice come off the board, it's Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers, Higgins, Igbuka. Talk me through what you like here.
Well, so I think Devontae Smith is probably a pretty clear tier break for me here. I think that he's very solid. I just have some worries about Zay Flowers in particular. He goes. I mean, I don't really want to go another RB. But let's go probably Kyren. Kyren here would probably be my pick.
All right, let's do Kyren here. Just slight ADP value. Yeah, Devontae would have been a smash. I'm also a little spooked on Zay. I mean, Dwayne did some really good research just about his kind of like touchdown expectation and how players in his cohort are unlikely to really see an uptick in their touchdown production just based on what we've seen through his career. So that did kind of pour a little cold water on him for me, but I still think in this range, if you want the wide receiver, he's fine. But we're now going robust, brother. We got Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, and Kyren Williams.
Yeah, I think it's time to start cranking some orange real soon. Start pissing.
OG Mans fan wants to know, if you had won So You Think You Can Tout, would the wedding still be on? The implication being that you would be drowning in so much pussy having won this contest that you wouldn't even be thinking about marriage.
Were you able to even get one woman to submit an application for So You Think
You want me to boot you from this show right now? You want me to boot you from this show? No, I was not.
Yes,
you want to know why?
Still be on.
Because men like you create such a toxic culture for women to even
men
want
like
to be
me.
Part of. Go AZ Cards wants to know your favorite beverage for your future wife. OJ or apple juice? Come on, Go AZ Cards. All right, let's make a pick here. T. Higgins is sliding in the fourth. Igbuka's got that toe injury, but I have been trying to get a little bit more. Tedaroy, McMillan, Luther Burden, if we want to slap it up. Who do you want to go with here?
Probably Luther Burden. I'm scared
What's
of Emeka Egbuka, like substantially scared.
Also, Jeremy, his account has been hijacked by his son Hampton, who has made an appearance on the Bash before. What's up, Hampton? Nice to see you.
Hampton's a legend.
He is a legend. What other? You've been grinding a bunch of fantasy football content. Any other drafting or 2026 epiphanies that have hit you? The skeleton key to 2026 drafts.
I really think Nico Collins is a fantastic pick. I don't see him getting drafted this low ever again. That's probably one of them.
That's a nice take. Okay.
That I've been thinking about just recently. It's just so hard. It's such a weird. Like, I feel like probably everyone in the second round, you could make a case that they should be in the first round next year, or they're probably going to be going in the fourth round. And I don't feel I don't know. So I just feel like the second round, particular this year, is very very interesting. It's very strong, but also I think that there's a lot of ways things can go. Like George Pickens could go like crazy this year, or CeeDee Lamb could vulture a lot of his stuff, and he might not be worth it. He might be closer to T. Higgins, So I don't know.
Here's one for you. Who gets drafted higher next year? Malik Neighbors or Nico Collins?
Probably Neighbors. Neighbors is just statistically, not statistically, but just probably better in every way than Nico.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty high on Neighbors as well.
It sounds
I'm
what
a little
I'm
worried about
hearing
the
is
injury.
You want 4 second-round picks. You want to forego your pick at 1-8, and you want Underdog to give you 4 second-round picks.
Yeah, if I could trade like Jonathan Taylor for Malik Neighbors and I don't know, maybe get some futures or something, that'd be fine.
There you go. That's the it's going to be the new way to draft. They're going to allow trading. Can you imagine the chaos if we
would yeah, I mean, there would be multiple Liam posts for sure.
I will say, having started 3 running backs, this past 4 or 5 turn has been awesome for us as far as DeAndre Swift, Jacobs, Bucky Irving, Montgomery, Scatterbo, Tootin, Price all go. So we have some nice wide receiver values falling to us here. We'll be able to get one of Terry McLaurin or JMO on this team. JMO looks pretty nice to me here. Anything?
Yeah, I was gonna smash JMO here. That's actually who I was thinking about taking last pick.
Okay. So. Easy game. So, yeah, I love this start now with Jonathan Taylor, HN. We go Kyron, come back with Burden, JMO. I mean, if we were able to get Devontae Smith there, then I think I like this team a smidge more. But considering what was given to us, I think we're doing well.
Do we have 2 week 11 buys and 2 week 6 buys?
Oh, no. Are you turning into a bye week, bro, before my eyes?
Oh, sorry.
No.
No, okay. It's just 2 week 6 buys.
Yeah, just 2 week 6 buys there with HN and JMO. But Burden and JMO, man, that's about as sexy as it gets at wide receiver if you're in rounds 4 and 5.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's see what comes back around here. If we're thinking about quarterback stuff, Goff obviously in play. Caleb at 89. Actually, you probably have to take him at 80, I should say. What's Caleb's price these days? 73, so we might not even get him at 80. I forgot how pricey that's getting. Do you if Rome falls here, do you try to set up the double stack, or do you just want to be all in on Burden?
Yeah, I feel like 2 out of the 3 can do really good, and so I'm pretty high on Colston Loveland and Burden, but I feel like that means that Odunze will probably get vultured a little bit. I don't have I probably am Brian Thomas here, like by far and away.
Yeah, I'm light on him, but man, I've been listening to Sean Siegel wax poetically about Brian Thomas on some recent pods with Gretch, and he still remains steadfast that Brian Thomas is a smash in this range. So it's certainly got me rethinking it a little bit. Talk to me about Brian Thomas. That was your guy in the tout twist.
That was my guy.
Yeah.
And I felt like I did pretty good in that, but you didn't like it at all because I couldn't say my name. So it's fair enough. No, anyway, he was incredible his rookie year. Just very, very good. And I feel like there were a lot of things that just didn't work out for him last year that are going to work out for him this year, mainly that he's going to be healthy. And so I also think when you have someone like Parker Washington that's going to take probably there's just a lot of talent on the Jacksonville Jaguars that should soak up defensive backs or whatnot to make it a little bit easier for Brian Thomas, I think, as well, to be able to get open. They're not going to be able to double team very easily any of the guys. So there's going to be a lot of one-on-one looks and whatnot that I think are going to be very valuable for Brian Thomas Jr. this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he had multiple 60, 40-yard touchdowns this year.
Yeah, that's in the one thing I do like about Brian Thomas is I think his role is insulated. Like, I think the Parker and Jacoby stuff could get like a little messy, and even Hunter working underneath. But Brian Thomas has that outside threat. There's really nobody who's going to challenge him for that. I think the main question is, can Trevor Lawrence get him the ball? Like, it just was really weird how easily Mac Jones was able to feed this man down the field as a rookie, and then Lawrence just was kind of incapable of doing it. So as long as there isn't like a legit structural deficiency with Lawrence getting him the ball in the same way Kyler like can't throw to Trey McBride in the red zone, as long as something like that doesn't exist, I can envision a bounce back, but I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah, it was interesting. It's something that Brett Coleman pointed out. I'm not sure how familiar you are with him.
Yeah, no, Brett.
I think he's very, very sharp. And it seemed like there was something in particular with Brian Thomas and Trevor Lawrence where Brian Thomas didn't necessarily. Okay, we're on the board. I don't like Dak here. What's RB looking like? No,
RB, we're in the Corum, Harvey, Dobbins range. You could pull up Lawrence if you want to do the stack. Take Mekhi Lemon or Downs quick.
Probably Quentin Johnston.
Let's see if I got it in time. I didn't. Sorry, I got us.
Trevor Lawrence is fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. It seemed like Brian Thomas didn't trust Lawrence very much last year. It seemed like he was shying away from getting hit, and so he wasn't putting himself in positions to catch the ball as much as maybe he needed to. And so I wonder if that was just because he was more injured, and so he's like just a little bit more shy of getting hit. So I would really like to see him kind of do the Julian Edelman and just not care and just catch the ball. That'd be great for my fantasy teams, but probably not great for him. But we'll see.
Chad says, "Why does it sound like there's a rusty swing set in the background?" That has to be your chair swiveling around.
That's
right?
my bad. I will stop doing that.
There you go.
I thought my mic was like pretty set on.
It's too good. Your mic is so good that it picks up every possible noise you make. I just want to point out, we joke a lot about Isaiah Likely's price being absurd. FFPC, we do those drafts. He goes so early. Isaiah Likely just went at pick 85 in this BBM draft. What is going on with Isaiah Likely?
Well, and Dallas Goedert, like, that's
yes.
not be.
That should okay. We're about to pick at 89 here. Downs is here. Corum, Harvey, Laporta at tight end. I don't think anything with quarterback. What do you like?
What's the tight end looking like? Have Downs in the queue. Have Downs in the queue.
I'll put Downs in the queue. Tight end is Laporta, Pitts, Fannin.
We'll set up a stack with Mr. Danny Dimes later on. Double stack and call it a day. Yeah, so I'm really, really happy with our wide receiver room through these rounds. I think we also got. I think Trevor Lawrence was a little bit of a reach, but that's all good. I think we have a really solid starting lineup.
Yeah, I think it might have worked out if we went QJ. So the guy behind us takes QJ, then grabs Herbert coming back at 88, which is nice. If we had taken QJ. Maybe there's a chance Herbert comes back to us potentially there. But I think Lawrence to BTJ, any of those stacks there with the Jags make a good amount of sense.
Yeah, I just think that the tier from Trevor Lawrence to like almost maybe Baker Mayfield of quarterback is pretty fluid. Like, you've got your Brock Purdy's, you've got your Kyler Murray's, like just all of those guys. I could make a case for being a top 10, top 12 quarterback this year. And so I'm not super worried about reaching for a quarterback, even if it completes a stack. like you still have so many different ways you can go along with.
I think that the thing I feel differently about is I like Lawrence a lot. I think he's part of, the Dak, the Herbert, the May tier for me. I just think with his weapons and his running ability year 2 in the Liam Cohen offense, I think he has like a really nice ceiling in a way that a guy like Baker and some of the, I know he's the end of that tier you just described, but I'm high on Lawrence this year.
Yeah. So I think Lawrence is the best of them in that tier, and I think has the highest case of being a top 5, top 6 quarterback. I just don't know, like, it seems that the difference between a top 6 quarterback and a top 12 quarterback is not a whole lot in comparison to a top 3 quarterback and a top 6 quarterback. I think that there's probably about the same amount of parity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I generally agree with you too. I think the other thing though we've seen, it's just like you can get shut out at quarterback from a stacking perspective, and wanting to make sure you have some of that. Obviously, we don't get Caleb with Burden. We'll see if we'll be able to get how we want to play Goff here. We're at 104. Goff's at 111. We're kind of in the Fannin, Worthy, Pittman tier at running back. You got Chuba sliding, Gainwell, Monangai, other wide receivers. Concepcion, Stribling now goes in this range as well.
Pittman would probably be my guy here. I'm scared of Fannin. I just don't know if I trust who's throwing him the ball.
Okay. All right, let's grab Pittman as our wide receiver 5. That gets us another quarterback out as well. No tight ends yet. Are you interested in Goff at 113 if he comes back?
Maybe. It depends on what running backs are available. There are 2 in my mind that I'm thinking I would be happy with if we could get them. But if not, then I would probably be Goff here for sure. Blizzy says, oh yeah, you just pulled it up. I think it's probably Emeka Egbuka. Either that or DJ Moore, probably. But I'm not very high on Emeka Egbuka this year at all.
Yeah. Are you drafting Godwin?
Actually, I'm drafting Ted Hurst. But
okay. I mean,
I wish I had more Godwin. Truly,
I think Godwin and Hurst are the optimal way to play that as well.
I have almost 50% Ted Hurst.
Okay, I like that. He's a fun. There's just a lot of outs for him getting there, including that contingent upside. All right, we do have, so Chuba is falling like a rock, and even though on this team it's like not a necessity, that's an insane value, I think.
Yeah, well, so I think the times where you can take Chuba is you can wait for him to healthy up or what, because I think let's take Chuba. I have almost none of him.
I think Chuba's going to play week 1. I mean, that's what they've been saying. He remains on track for week 1. So, I mean, we all like Jonathan Brooks, but Chuba Hubbard should not be going at 113.
And it's not like, okay, so if Jonathan Brooks, let's say, shocker, went down because he's never been injured before, I think Chuba Hubbard is probably one of the strongest handcuffs there is out there. And we take people like Gainwell, we take people like Blake Corum in the same range. And so I'm not particularly worried, I guess, once we get a price like this. I think when Chuba Hubbard was going at like pick, 75 or something, I think that was pretty gross and I was out on him. I think I have like 1% Chuba Hubbard. But I think here at, pick 113? That's pretty valuable.
Yeah. Goff does go, but that's fine. No, I think Stribs
crazy high. I have like 35% of him at like pick 160.
What's crazy is this price is nothing compared to where he's going in managed leagues. Like I was in Vegas last weekend doing the drafts. I've seen some of the boards, the recent boards main event. Like he's a 6th and 7th round pick in managed high stakes leagues. I actually think there's some like, I'm the same as you. I packed a ton of bags, at 150. So seeing him at 114, it's kind of like, but I do think he's a good pick at this price. Like
it's better than Xavier Worthy. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I understand drawing the line at Casey Concepcion. I know that's the line Jacob has drawn on ADP chasing, but I think he's very worthy of being a 10th round pick here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can see a lot of lot of arguments for him, and I think that he's going to be a smash, especially if these injury reports aren't great for Mike Evans. There's just nobody to throw him the ball. Nobody to throw the ball to other than him.
Who is the other you referenced? If there were a couple running backs here, who was the other running back you were looking at? I assume he's gone now.
Kenneth Gainwell. I like Kenneth Gainwell a lot. I'm not a Bucky believer. The data on running backs that were good year one and then not good year two is not particularly good. And Gainwell, I think, is just an undervalued running back as a whole. So
yep,
I think it'll be pretty close to 50-50.
All right, let's see what we're looking at with this next pick. I mean, Jacoby sliding for the double stack is pretty interesting. Chris Rodriguez, too, if you want to play it through the running back. Rashad White here as well. We can always punt tight end, so I'm not too concerned about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably about going for tight end here as a build. Jacoby Myers goes, so I'm actually going to go Travis Kelce probably. Never mind, scratch that.
Yeah. All right, let's go Travis Kelce here at pick 128. Here's the squad through 11. We got Lawrence at quarterback, Jonathan Taylor, Achane, Kyron, and Chuba at running back, Burden, Jamo, Brian Thomas, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman at wide receiver, Kelce at tight end. It's funny, I would say, other than Pittman, you have the slappy wide receivers and kind of the high T running back room there.
Yeah, it's pretty polarized team. I feel like there aren't going to be many people that are in on these types of receivers and bets, and on the same type of running backs as well. But I don't know.
Speaking of slappy, Go AZ Cards wants to know, what slappy picks do you think are correct or wrong? Obviously, you think Luther Burden and JMO are correct. What are the wrong slappy picks?
I really like. Sorry. I really like Keaton Missile, like quite a bit, and so I think that he'll be a pretty correct pick as a whole. And then one that slappies are in on that I'm not in particular.
Are you in on Terrence Ferguson?
Yeah. I've got some pretty solid Terrence Ferguson.
What other slappy picks? Yeah, Keaton's a big one. Bill, are you in on Bill?
I don't have a whole lot of JCM, but I just don't. I'm not a big Rashad White believer either. So
we got sniped on Daniel Jones, 11 picks ahead of ADP. We still have Rodgers late, Bryce Young with Chuba.
I'm probably Malik Willis here
with Achane. Yeah,
Malik Willis for sure.
I do think Chris Rodriguez is a very good value, especially on a Lawrence team, and yet I think the QB2 is more important here.
Yeah, I think that Malik Willis is a pretty strong tier break from the rest of the quarterbacks that will go from here on out. I'm happy tacking on later on like a Aaron Rodgers. But if we don't get Aaron Rodgers, then I'm happy just sticking it with 2, and we'll just say that Trevor Lawrence is a top 5 quarterback this year, and Malik Willis is going to surprise a lot of people. So that would be fine with me.
For the audio listeners, we are rolling with another hashtag to see who comes on after BBChosen. Hashtag Slappy in the chat if you guys want to come and draft with me. I'll do another BBM draft here once we are done. I need to get my my ticker updated here. Best Ball Mania Draft 131 with BBChosen. You know what we should do in between one of these picks is look at, because when we drafted a BBM team early on, right? That was
how many teams? We have 3. We have 3.
We have 3 teams. This is
number
the 3rd.
4.
This is number 4. I've drafted 4 of my 150 Best Ball Mania teams with you.
I'm pretty sure this might be number 3, but I'm pretty sure it's number 4.
Oh my God.
Dude, I ran pretty pure. This is my 6th time putting my name in, and this is, I think, my 3rd or 4th time going in.
Wow.
So.
Wow. All right. Well, we can look at some of those teams. We have an entire portfolio to review, apparently.
Yeah. This is going to be good. I hope that you still put that throw up emoji on one of them like you told me you would.
I think I did, didn't I? We'll go look. We'll go look in a bit. All right.
Collusion.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just getting all
I
of
have
my credits.
$100 off of you. That's pretty good. That's you have made me more money than than I've spent on you.
Yeah, if there's one person who figured out a way to hack the wheel. Okay, let's look at it here. Brenton Strange definitely makes sense with the stack. He gets sniped. Come on, bro.
Tank Bigsby to line to finish out the running back room.
Okay, yeah, Bigsby's solid here. I mean, we've been getting some pretty nasty snipes there.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not super high on Brenton Strange anyway. I think that the tight ends are pretty solid here. I just don't think that – I think that they needed to throw to Brenton Strange sometimes last year, and I don't think that's going to be the case.
And Blizzy also mentioned you came up another week on the spin and were banned. There was a time I literally had to keep you off.
Yeah, you told me to F off, actually. That was rude.
Rick Doozle says this is not the best use of Run Good. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe I just imagine the things I'll be forced to do if we win BBM together. Like I'll have to do a weekly show with you. Can you imagine if I was back into that?
I'm imagining it right now, and I think it would be pretty awesome content. I'll just tell you that. Like every time you'd be like crawling to your chair to the stream, and like
I might be willing to just sacrifice $500,000 and just be like underdog vacate the win. Like it's not worth what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah, just all of our teams got canceled. Oh no.
Christopher Davis says already doing a weekly show with him.
Yeah, basically bi-weekly.
Okay, let's see here. Sidekick. Let's see what Sidekick likes. Sidekick likes Travis Hunter. The Solver likes Travis Hunter. Hunter Henry is also here. Trey Harris is here if we want to swing back to wide receiver. What do we want to do?
What are our tight ends available?
Dude, Hunter Henry, geez. It is now down to Hawkinson, Barner, Sadiq.
What's the wide receivers?
Travis Hunter, Jalen McMillan, Trey Harris.
We'll say Travis Hunter. Not that I'm really a Travis Hunter guy. I think that might be one of the slappy picks that I'm not super in on this year. Just Travis Hunter.
Well, yeah, if you're a big BTJ guy, that's hard for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big BTJ guy, and then I was a super big Parker Washington bull as well. I have more BTJ than I have Parker Washington. I wish that I had more Parker Washington at this point, probably. And so I just don't think that the role is going to really ever need to be filled by Travis Hunter. I think that they got pretty lucky getting pretty solid guys all around. And so I think that they'll probably just have Travis Hunter at cornerback the majority of the time. But
yeah, I think it's fine to be skeptical of Hunter. I still think he's a good pick here. And I think particularly on a Lawrence team, we
messed up because Travis Hunter is going to have to tackle Jonathan Taylor. What are we doing? He's on our team. How can we be so foolish?
That's a deep cut right there. Oh, Jonathan Taylor having to tackle our wide receiver 6, or sorry, vice versa. Yeah, that's going to be devastating.
Yeah, it's not good. We just drafted a 0. Terrible.
Did you say before that you were 4 tight end curious?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay. We have right now a 2-5-6-1. I am still interested in like Young with Chuba or Rogers with Hunter. The question is, because I think at running back we're solid. Jonathan Taylor, Achane, Kyron, Chuba, Bigsby.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Wide receiver, Burden, J-Mo, Brian Thomas, Josh Downs, Pittman, Hunter. I think ideally you're probably a 3-5-7-3 here, but you could probably play around with it if you get to 4 tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, I think tight end's going to be pretty weak, but I mean, Travis Kelce was a top 5 tight end last year. And that was like, okay. So I don't know. I don't like TJ Hawkinson here, so you can't make me pick him there.
Nobody in the chat. How am I first hearing about this? I had to go into the Fantasy Life Slack. Jonnu Smith signed with the Packers. No one in the chat told me this. Did you see this? Jonnu Smith with the Packers. Normally the chat fills me in on those kind of things. Hang on, we're on the clock here.
Luke Musgrave? Weird.
You want to do
okay.
put
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, let's do Rodgers. Actually, AJ Barner. No, Greg Dulcich. Run to the podium. Greg Dulcich.
Let's see if I can get him. I got him at the buzzer.
Let's go. Run to the podium.
Oh,
we're all in on Miami, baby.
Stream. All right, you guys are off the hook. I thought it was while we were live. Was a nothing burger, so didn't say anything. Hey, I mean, the kind of news I get passed along to me in the chat. I mean, one time on Best Ball Breakfast, people told me Luther Burden was smiling on the sideline. So the bar for information being passed along, Jeremiah loves carrying pizzas. You can tell me if Johnny Smith signed with the Packers. Jeremy says that was a crawl to the podium pick there.
I'm pretty big on Greg Dulcich. I think he's going to be awesome.
I mean, awesome. I think he's a good pick. I don't know if I would want it on record that I think Greg Dulcich is going to be awesome. I would love to get Aaron Rodgers, though, coming back here. Shh. Yeah. MH
We've been
here
sniped
with
everywhere. Like whoever's on the sides of us, like they're ops. Can you read their names out and like ban them from the chat or something? Okay, Emmett Johnson. That's actually a good pick. It sounds like Kenneth Walker could be. I don't know. There might be something there. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Let's go.
All right, we're drawing here. This is who is going to join me after BBChosen. Who is it going to be? Good luck to everybody in the chat. It's my guy Clay.
I don't know who that is, but let's go. Good stuff, Clay.
Wow. Yeah, you've just really shown you're not an OG around here, not knowing Clay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. You'll get to know him in a second. Clay, shoot me a message here. Here's the team we got going. Trevor Lawrence, Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, Kyron Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Tank Bigsby at running back, Burden, JMO, Brian Thomas, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr., Travis Hunter, Kelsey Dulcich. Are we earmarking Ted Hurst for this team? Okay, I understand what your silence means. That's right. Can't tip it off. We do need to find a third tight end for this.
There are a lot of guys that I like here.
Okay. We have some. We have a couple Pittsburgh tight ends who would certainly make sense.
And apparently Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu,
so,
we don't have. Yeah, go ahead.
I just, it's interesting that the Packers would sign Jonnu Smith. I wonder if they're going to try and go a little bit heavier personnel this year, or if that's not great for my Tucker Kraft bags. Like they're not particularly fond of the way that his injury situation is looking.
I was told it was a nothing burger. Don't go win first on the siding. I'm with you, Chosen. I actually think there's probably a little bit of signal there about them trying to shore.
Well, how much do they sign Jonnu for?
That I haven't seen yet.
Gunnar Helm's a good pick there. That's a really good pick.
So Dwayne tweeted, he said, Johnny Smith to the Packers. Oh, it's Luke Musgrave on PUP. So it makes sense. Green Bay likes 12 personnel. Highest risk of losing playing time is Jaden Reed. Didn't play in 12 in the last 2 years and didn't in week 1 of the preseason. Second highest Tucker Kraft early season workload management. So slight dings for Reed and Kraft, but it sounds like a Musgrave move.
Ted Hurst goes. That person's an op. It's all good.
Okay, we're on the clock. Do you want to grab a tight end or?
I think Fat Pyremuth is a great idea.
He's gone.
Oh, is he pick? Oh, yuck.
Washington?
No. Let's
quick. Jalen Knoll?
No.
Zachariah Branch? Jeremy Bernard? You want Jeremy?
That's my bad.
We got Jalen Knoll. We should have done Jeremy with Rodgers, but
sorry. I thought that. Where did Pat Fry? Oh, I wasn't even looking at that. I didn't think that he was going to go there. That's all good. Jalen Knoll is probably not the pick that I would have gone there, but
hey, beggars cannot be choosers here. I was trying to get Jeremy at the last second, but we didn't have enough time. We didn't have enough time. All right, we do need to get a third tight end. I don't think we can go to battle with Kelsey and Dulcich here.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna go a tight end. I was Yeah, probably Aronde Gadsden or Kate Otten. I don't know
how much would you actually, it might actually have Kate Otten. I want to say if I drag the slider or the solver or the sidekick up here, the odds that it has Charlie Kolar at the top.
We could do Charlie Kolar.
No, I just want to play a game. Do you think the sidekick prefers Kate Otten or Charlie Kolar here? It's going to be one of the two, I promise you.
Charlie Kolar.
Ooh, see, I knew it. Yeah, Kate Otten just slightly ahead of Kolar there, but I knew it was one of those two.
So the reason why I was a little bit frozen, I was just shocked that you were going to go wide receiver there. I feel like basically all those wide receivers are exactly the same, but I think they're tight ends here.
We didn't have a consensus tight end to take, so
yeah, no, it's all good. That's just kind of why I was frozen. That's why everyone's giving me a hard time in the chat.
Well, that's why they call you BB Frozen. No, you're good. You're good. But which tight end do you want here?
Yeah, Kate. Let's do Charlie Kolar just for the meme.
For the meme. All right, there you go. Charlie Kolar coming. The only other one is Darnell Washington. If you want to stack up Rodgers there.
Say that one more time.
Okay, we have Charlie Kolar. I said if you want Darnell Washington, that's a stack.
No, I don't want Darnell Washington.
All right, here we go. Here's the team. Clay will be joining us here in a second. Clay, I just sent you the message on Twitter there with the link. Trevor Lawrence, Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, Kyron Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Tank Bigsby, Luther Burden, Jamison Williams, Brian Thomas, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr., Travis Hunter, Jalen Knoll, Travis Kelce, Greg Dulcich, Charlie Kolar.
Yeah, I mean, tight end's pretty rough, but I think everything else is like pretty solid. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't think Rick can do math or he knows what almost a year means, but that's all good.
Let me see if I can find the vomit emoji one. I'm pretty sure I put the vomit emoji in. I'm almost positive I did. Man, look at this summer drafting, just scrolling. 428. Did I not put it in? No. What do I have to search? Chosen? Bash Chosen. Okay, on 528. We did a Caleb Stroud Mendoza, Jacob Swift, Corum, Kenny Gainwell, Jonathan Brooks. Jonathan Brooks at 123, brother.
That's all right. I'm not super big fan of that.
Dude, look at you made me take Ted Hurst at 166 back then.
There we go.
Jamar Chase, Nico Burden, Brian Thomas, Hurst, Mooney, and Tank Dell, and then Fannin, Gadsden, and Dalton Schultz.
It's all right.
And then on May 7th, this might have been the vomit team. Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers, Michael Penix. On May 7th, we drafted Michael Penix. That actually is aged nicely.
Michael Penix is great. I knew it.
James Cook, Kyron Williams, Javonte. Yes, this was when you were diversifying all the bad picks on my account. We got Jadarian Price at 61, Rodriguez at 133, Marks at 157. Some good RB closing line value there. But our wide receiver one is Robe. Metcalf, Sutton, Pittman, Shakir, Travis Hunter. You love Travis Hunter. And Pat Bryant, Brock Bowers, Gunnar Helm.
Not bad. And actually, it's not throw up emoji, but that is the throw up emoji one.
There you go.
Are those the only two? So is this number 3?
I'm pretty sure this is 3. I searched Chosen in my teams and I only saw 2 Chosens, but you can go correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think that might actually be right.
All right, brother. Good seeing you.
It was fun.
I started this stream with you outside of my chair and I finish it in my chair. And that's a testament to how interesting you are as a person on stream.
Well, I appreciate it. I really do. Have a good one.
All right. Good luck with the wedding and the honeymoon. Congratulations on behalf of all of us here at the Bash Enterprise.
Thank you.
What's up, Clay? Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Classic. I mean, I literally took the dust off this microphone to get back on stream, and clearly I still got the dust on using the mute button appropriately. But what's up, man? How's it going?
Nice, dude. How you doing? Your backdrop. I don't know if I've seen this one. It looks nice. It looks palatial.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we've upgraded out of the apartment life in a house these days. So got a little.
Weren't you living like on a lake for a little while?
I was, yeah, like outside of Charlotte. So still in the area, not on the lake anymore, unfortunately, but close enough by to take advantage of the water when we can.
Nice. And what's new with you? Just all golf stuff?
Man, yeah, all golf, all YouTube. I'm living the YouTube world these days, man. So it's pretty fun, pretty cool. But yeah, lucky. A lot of golf.
Let people know, remind us what you're doing, the golf stuff and the YouTube stuff you're working on.
Yeah, so I helped start People's League, which is a competitive YouTube golf league. We're in our first full tour season, kind of second year of the business, second year of the league. But really, the concept is like there's, if you're a fan of YouTube golf, a lot of great, amazing top creators. We decided to build a sports league around it. So we have team owners, teams. Victor Cruz is a team owner. Our old friend Ja Rule's team owner. Creators like Luke Kwan, Martin Borgmeier, they're team owners as well. We're up to 10 teams now. We've done 3 events so far. We have our last one at Lake of Isles in Connecticut in October. We do a $100K prize pool at each event, and having a lot of fun with it, man. So different formats, different styles, all on YouTube. You can check out our Tahoe event now. We're just about to drop our semifinals matches coming up probably on Monday.
Beautiful. And how's your golf game? Do you get to play, or are you just working all? No,
mostly just working. I mean, I've gotten the bug now from being around it so much, which is a lot of fun. So I'm playing a bunch. I'm so bad. I'm just trying to get to where I'm not embarrassing myself if I get to play a match with some of our creators or something. So
awesome. All right, Clay, we got the 1-3 here, so we got to lock in.
All right.
We got some people who are familiar with the Clay lore. Sky's not gray. We will not be drafting Noah Gray.
No,
here.
not on the menu. Not on the
menu. Who do you like at 1-3?
Let's see. Okay. Well, I mean, man, I'm pretty open to whatever. Like, I'll take Chase. I was taking Puka a lot more earlier in the summer. I'm open to JSN. I'll pull up JT if you want to. I'm kind of high on him. I would say Chase, JT, or JSN would be my top 3 here.
Let's do Chase. I just did a JT team with Chosen. I still, I know he had the little knee hyperextension the other day. Sounds like a non-issue. I think Chase is still the pick at 3.
We ain't scared.
Let's see here. Let me get this board pulled up. Have you been drafting at all, or have you been too busy with everything?
This is the least I've drafted since like COVID, since 2021, I guess. Early best ball days. So a lot lighter this year. I've been saving most of my BBM bullets for Cardio Club, which I really only picked up in August. I've been drafting throughout this summer, but mostly smaller contests, just like scratch the itch. But it's funny, man. It's like I've poked my head in on X a few times this summer, just kind of keep a pulse on things. And I think the one best ball related tweet I fired off was Keaton Mitchell related. And it was like, something like what if he is the Devon Achane of, the Chargers or something like that. Right. It got appropriately roasted because I didn't realize it was the hottest conversation of like the moment. I just been fucking sitting there thinking about it for a long ass time. So I
you
can't have one foot in, 1 foot out.
Talking point.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. So, excellent work on my part there. But kind of realized I can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the best ball content game anymore. So we're taking a step back. But I got some spicy takes ready, man. So
okay,
I come correct.
You've been workshopping. I assume the spicy takes are generally 19th round players that will take in the 18th round. Is that generally how it goes?
Yeah, I mean, look, on that note, I'll be interested if you could guess my highest exposure player this year. It would fit that mold, but this player is now very trendy and certainly a lot higher. But back in May, June, it would have qualified.
Okay. All right. All right. We are in a BBM draft here. I see some friends and family in this draft. Dab K, I guess Dab, and Schneider I see in the 101. We started with Jamar Chase here. Let's see what we want to cook up at the back end of round 2 here. Anyone catching your eye?
Man, I'm having a hard time. I'm really out of practice. I'm having a hard time seeing the screen, the board, the queue.
I can talk to you. So you do have Genty sliding right now. I do think he has a price here back into round 2. You get some unique combos. Drake London, Neighbors, Pickens, Olave, Rice, are what we're looking at. I mean, I would probably say the Genty combo is intriguing, or Neighbors is just always a smash, I think, here now.
Oh, man. If you're not afraid of Genty, let's go Genty.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at my combos here. I mean, Jamar Chase, I do not have any with Genty here. So I have Chase with basically every other round 2 player. So I don't mind having a Chase Genty team.
Yeah, fair enough. I predominantly had, I feel like, back half the board slots this year. So I've been very comfortable drafting anywhere from like 7 through 12. The 3 through 5 spot I'm still pretty uncomfortable with, just because like a lot of my player targets I'm fond of are kind of out of the equation. So, we'll see what's happening here. We got still London.
Pickens, Neighbors, London go. So we're now in that Rashi Rice, Devontae Smith, Trey McBride territory, or, this is kind of a gross range. I do like Devontae a lot. And I do think Trey McBride is just kind of mispriced.
Let's do McBride. I'm fine getting him. I don't love any of these other guys, to be honest. I mean, Rice I'm usually fine with, but I've been kind of chilling on him.
Me too.
I don't know. It's funny, man. It's like I definitely feel like I've matured. Yeah, let's go ahead and do McBride, who I also have been drafting a ton of this year as well. Okay. I was very heavy. I was doing a lot of Bowers early season. I'm pulling Loveland up a lot presently, and then tight ends are my favorite to draft. So we'll get to some of my favorite tight end picks later on.
Couple questions here from the chat. JT, any chance of an After Dark bash? Yes, it is on my to-do list, an After Dark bash, and it will certainly happen because I know I'm going to be slightly behind pace to get in all of my drafts. So I promise you I will have one of those sometime next week. I do have Sean Siegel booked for After Dark tomorrow night. So we're going to have that. But yes, I have promised the people an evening bash. I know I've pushed it down the road, but it will happen. Also, let's see here. Crutches wants to know, when's Clay pulling up to golf with old Crutches? Hey. You guys can't be too far from each other, right?
Let me know. Yeah, Crutches. Let's get some. Let's get a match.
I think Crutches is like a scratch golfer now, so just be careful.
I'll get lessons. I'm not playing you for money yet, but I'll get out there and have a good time. I'm gonna get hang at least on the course. So
I believe that. Fantasy Football Garage wants to know thoughts on the Good Callaway ad disaster. Will you fill me in on this? I saw some references, but I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I'll give you kind of a PC take because I'm not going to fully speak on it. Aside from it was a terrible ad. It should have never been released. And I think the response is warranted. And then it's now crossed the chasm of the internet where it's now got a whole lane of like backlash wave. It's really turned into a really big thing. It's certainly serious.
What was the ad? Like, I legitimately.
So the ad was promoting a new driver. They claimed it was a spoof off this movie I don't fully understand, but it basically depicted the main guy in Good shoving one of the new women, girl creators in Good down to the ground over her touching his driver. And it was in jest, obviously a joke and fun, but it was very poor taste. It wasn't even funny to begin with. It was, it's just bad, bad. And now it's crossed over where like Callaway just announced like 20 minutes ago they're dropping Good, even though Callaway also approved this ad, as I understand it.
Just so a head would roll and people would feel appeased.
Yeah, it's a mess, man. So it's kind of only getting started. I think it's going to a lot more legs to it, it seems. But yeah, it's just horrible across the board.
All right, we're about to pick at 410 here. Burden goes by ADP. You're looking at Loveland, Scatabo, Montgomery, McLaurin, Tootin, JMO. You strike me as a JMO guy. Who do you like?
Man, I need Waymo JMO because I'm light on JMO myself this year, so I'm certainly down with him. I think double tapping tight end's a mistake, even though I love Loveland, but I didn't like any players last time. I would do that to be fun, but let's go JMO for structural reasons because I like more tight ends later. He's a baller.
Yeah, that's the only thing about it. It's not that I'm opposed to Loveland McBride. Like I think you can make that work. The problem is there's going to be another tight end pick you really want to take in rounds like 8 to 13, and then you're going to be like, probably not.
Yeah, I feel like I've matured a ton this year in my drafting as opposed to like being more structured and reasonable with those kind of elements, right? And like take your medicine. I've been drafting a lot more running backs early. I know that's the meta this year. I know that's what's comfy and stuff, but I think we've learned that's like there's reason to do that, especially with how the pockets line up in the drafts.
All right, let's see what we want to do here. We have Genty, we have Chase, JMO, Trey McBride on the clock. ADP is McLaurin, Adams, Mike Evans, Bucky Irving, Judkins, Parker Washington. Who are we clicking here?
Let's see. Who just went? Is that DJ Moore that just went?
DJ Moore.
I was gonna make a case for him because I'm also light on him. I think he's gonna carry us. I would go. Let's go, Bucky. All right,
good. I just put a running back in the queue because I'm like Genty. If we miss him a little bit, it's probably a spot there. So,
we're aligned.
if you wanted to go, in like Adams slides, Mike Evans slides on this injury. I guess it's like McLaurin. It's not.
I honestly like. I don't even love Adams as much this year because I think the chances he runs back the touchdowns is, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the most likely outcome. So I'm like, how are you really getting buried by Adams unless he does exactly what he did last year, which I think is his stealing outcome in many respects. And I'm more bullish on other parts of that offense. So
yeah. We go Chase, Genty, McBride, JMO, Bucky Irving, and as Jeremy says, you can't take Noah Gray with McBride and Loveland. So we got to get. What was the origin of your Noah Gray love? It was just like Kelsey was going to fall off.
Yeah, I really thought Kelsey was toast 3 or 4 years ago. I was early on that. This is pre T Swift dating days, and I was proven wrong ultimately. I don't think the thesis is wrong. He was bad, and then he kind of resurged a little bit, and Noah Gray looked pretty damn good for a couple years. But it's like kind of funny, right? It was like there's a lot of comparisons, like Isaiah Likely. I thought he could get more run and be more fantasy relevant like that. Isaiah Likely's price is kind of hilarious compared to similar situations this year. I don't know, man. I just feel like there's a lot of like non-logical thinking happening, and as somebody who's been guilty of that in previous basketball summers, and would like to think I'm maybe a little bit more seasoned now. It is interesting. I'm trying to think about how much of that is like learned versus just everything. We're all getting better at this as we put more collective hours and thought and brain power into this stuff too. So
who is the coolest person you've met or hung out with through the golf experiences?
I mean, getting to know Victor Cruz pretty well has been special and fun. He's great people, so I've enjoyed that thoroughly. Coolest person, I don't know, man. I mean, it's going to sound a little. I mean, this sounds very positive. I've been very lucky to work with really cool people in my career, and a lot of celebrities and athletes and influencers, creators. So
you still talk to Ja?
Yeah, I mean, I hang out with Ja a lot, which is fun too. So smoke some J's with Ja, have a good time. Talk about life, and these good people. So,
man. How many? We're coming up on probably like a 6-year anniversary of Ja on Club Top Shot here.
Baby.
So we have Carnell Tate, who's really dipped here. Burrow with Chase as well. What do you want to do here?
Yeah, let's do Burrow. Let's lock it up. I like that.
Get that quarterback here.
Yeah, dude, this is like not like a single. I think I'm maybe done like I'm light this year. I've done like 60, maybe 70 drafts total. I don't think I've drafted a single team like this with these players remotely, but that's good. That's fun. So
you don't worry about it. I will shepherd you through this. We have our stack now with Burrow and Chase. We got JMO, we got McBride, we got Genty, we got Bucky. As far as in this spot here, Jonathan Brooks at 75 is fine. You could have a wide receiver of your preference, Metcalf, QJ, Reed, Lemon. Probably not pulling up Kraft here on a McBride team. Don't need anything at quarterback. What do you want to look at?
Oh, so Daddle just went. I would have been cool with him. I think he's got like high touchdown equity, and I'm just my TLDR premise for this year drafting is just touchdown hunting. Jaden Reed, let's lock him in. I like Packers wide receivers a ton, and we could use a strong third here. So
let's get Jaden Reed. Yeah, I mean, in this spot, I think we could have entertained Brooks, but man, based on how much Chuba's falling now too, it's kind of like I kind of just like my Jonathan Brooks shares that I got a month or so back, and I want to chill here.
Spooked, man. I'm a North Carolina guy. I'm spooked on the Panthers offense right now. I was really high on T-Mac kind of early this summer. I'm a Coke head. I even was dipping into some Jimmy Horn Jr. because he's fucking fast as hell and he can have some touchdowns, but I think it's pretty scary. There's a lot of bad injuries that were kind of underreported, I think, nationally to start the season, especially O-line related. And, I think Bryce needs all the help he can get. I heard they're moving, I can't remember who referenced this. Maybe it was the ETR pod and Silva had this nugget or somebody, but like they're moving T-Mac into the slot, which maybe can give him some help and some shorter targets to run with. But I was drafting some Brooks too, mostly on the heels of my legendary upside subscription and rankings most of the summer. But I'm scared, man, to be honest. I'm kind of like pumping the brakes the last week and a half here on pretty much any Panthers.
Yeah, it sounded like you were hoping Rico came back. That's your guy.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he's a dog, man. He's like a touchdown guy. Speaking of Crib, he's from West North Carolina, which is pretty cool. He grew up in West North Carolina, so that truly is Crib. I kind of think he's like a perfect guy for the Steelers, and I respect Warren, but I just think when it comes down to it, they're going to be in goal to go situations. When I hand it off, it's going to Rico, and I think he's sneaky. I'm debating whether or not to go like the old Jamal Williams touchdown bet, leading the league in rushing touchdowns. Like I don't know. I think Rico could.
Oh, was that the Silva call?
For that was a Silva call a couple years back as a number 2 in Detroit at the time, and I think he has some nice equity for a lot of fucking touchdowns, man. If Rodgers ain't running them shits in, what are their other options down there? I mean, you got DK you go hard ball with and Freiermuth, but I don't know. I'm pretty high on Rico.
All right, we have Jamar Chase, Genty, Trey McBride, Jamo, Waymo, Bucky, Joe Burrow stacked up, and then Jaden Reed here. We're drafting with my guy Clay, my 132nd Best Ball Mania draft. Only 18 more to go after this one. Back end of round 8 here. Let's see. Nothing we need to do with the quarterbacks yet at 94. Tight end, Laporta, if you wanted to set up a double.
Nah, we got McBride. I'm good on that. We need running backs and receivers. We got pump here. Okay,
Michael Wilson, Mason, Chuba, Bill, Golden.
Bill, please. Would be great. Yeah, thank you. I'm still a Bill believer. I mean, ironically, I just railed against the Panthers for bad offensive line news. I do think that's a factor with Washington as well, but
I just want to say
I'm kind of closing my eyes and moving forward.
The way you're leaning over to see the names and the way you said it and the way you said thank you and please, it was like you were at the fish market and you were like asking for a nice cut of swordfish and you're like, yeah, that one, 16 ounces. Yep, thank you.
I mean, that is kind of my style when I get to the the butcher counter or the fish aisle. You gotta select it up, man. So, how are we looking receiver wise here now?
Yeah, I mean,
just Mason and Chuba at the top, right?
I think Golden, Stribling, and KC Concepcion are really nice picks here. I think you could certainly justify Mason or not Kenny Gainwell on a Bucky team. No. Golden does go.
That's unfortunate. I would have double stacked Golden.
I legitimately think Stribling's a good pick here, but it's early relative to.
I don't care. Do it. Oh, fuck it. I've been kind of I've been scribbling this summer, so let's scribble it up.
Did you see Rome's drawing on the randomizer of DeJon Stribling?
Dude, so I had a call. I got called during the streams. I have to go back and watch that. I missed it. I heard reference of it, but I did not catch that.
Yeah, he one of the prompts was he had to draw him, and we've done some drawing on the randomizer over the years. I think some people have impressed us. Cooter Doodle, I want to say, once did a phenomenal drawing. But I always, just because I'm so awful at it, I just assume every drawing is going to be bad. And he crushed it. Great photo, artistic representation of DeJon Stribling here. Yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, you missed the Rome randomizer. Very fun time. He did some Rocket League commentary for us, and it blew my mind, Clay. This guy has done multiple professional esports commenting gigs without having ever even played some of these games, like literally crammed for Fortnite on a 20-hour flight to Saudi Arabia and then commented on Fortnite in a big arena or whatever. Like, how insane is that?
Is Rocket League, is that a shit we were like betting on back during COVID? Like DFS lineup shit?
Yeah, League of Legends. Rocket League was another one of the main like DFS games. The bigger games were around League of Legends, but there was Rocket League as well.
Yeah, I didn't know what CSGO was and still really don't to this day, but played a lot of CSGO in that few months. So,
yes.
I didn't play player names at one point. I could like rattle off fucking player names. And
oh, yeah. All right, we have a 1-3-4-1 here. Let's see. Yeah, what else are you up to this summer? You got anything going before the season kicks off?
Man, no, I've just been balls to the wall with People's League stuff. Like we did 2 events beginning of June. We were out in Tahoe filming one. That's a content that's rolling out now on YouTube. And then into July, we were at Fritchlick, Indiana, Larry Bird's hometown. Incredible. I've never been to Indiana. In southern Indiana, it was just gorgeous. very scenic. Pete Dye course is one of the toughest ones in the U.S., so that was really fun and fun challenge.
Is that where they have that big like pro-am tournament, or in Tahoe? That one, is that a pretty big annual tournament?
Close to it. It's a different course and different part of Tahoe. I mean, Tahoe is so fucking big. I didn't even appreciate that. We were on the northwest side of Tahoe, and a lot of that happens more on the south side of Tahoe, if I'm not mistaken. Are we on the clock?
Love in the queue just with Jaden Reed.
What's Love's ADP right now?
116, and we're picking at 118.
Okay. I mean, I love Dobbs as well, man. So it's like I would certainly click Dobbs or go Love. Just as, I mean, if we feel like we're gonna miss out on Love, then let's get Love now. If we can push Love, then let's do Dobbs and then Love.
I think always when it's close, lock up the quarterback here, especially because we don't have any other like super viable stacks.
I don't want to be dumpster diving at the end either. I think it's I've been trying to just be like more comfortable taking quarterbacks early this year than I have in previous times.
In the drafter behind us, I guess he does already have 2 quarterbacks, but he had Matthew Golden, and you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I'm certainly less willing this year to do late round quarterback, and I was getting pretty aggressive in some of those builds last year. But you start wondering if you're gonna have starters for like to cover weeks with quarterbacks, and it's like, my God, that's it feels like bad draft equity.
Yeah,
but no, I haven't been doing a whole lot this summer. I've been trying to like get outside and play golf when I'm off my laptop, but I've been working too much, in complete honesty, as I know many of us have. And I'm sure you can relate to after your summer.
As Matthew knows, Matthew hits me up to play golf. I would love to. I played 9 holes in the past 2 summers, and it kills me.
It's nice I can count it for work. That is the real cheat code of life. That's the real cheat code of life. But
Baker, Jacoby, Debo, Coker, Shakir,
Debo.
Yeah,
we have Stribling. Fuck.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, let's do Debo. I'm a Debo guy. Shout out April. How's April doing? My Debo.
She's
homie.
good, man. She's going to preschool next week. It's it's getting real.
That's crazy, man. When she starts kindergarten, I might shed a tear. I'm feeling big unk vibes in general life, but that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna shed a tear as well. Yeah, she's a big kid now. She's certainly not a baby. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little teary-eyed next week as I drop her off for those first orientations and half days.
Love it. Look forward to the photos for sure. You have so what are things looking like for you, kind of rounding out your summer and into regular season? Like, are you feeling it's just, I mean, I know you're not going to really slow down at all. So like, how are you approaching this turn in the corner this year?
Well, this next whatever until the season starts is still going to be really busy. I'm trying to wrap up Best Ball Bros script so I can get that to Zach because it's going to require some editing. Trying to wrap up some Underdog Masterclass updates. We're putting that together. Want to make sure people get that in advance of the start of the season, like drafts every other night. We got Crack Rock tonight. And then, I'm doing the Guillotine League with Tony, which, by the way, we are still accepting applications if people want to be in it. We have a bunch of fun people, Davis, Kitchen, Cooter Doodle, a bunch of people from So You Think You Can Tout. And we're going to have, I think it's 3 spots available for YouTube members that we're giving away. We're going to have a $2,000 prize pool plus bounty. So for every week that I don't, basically whatever week I get out, I'm adding $50 to the prize pool for all those remaining weeks. So if I get out in week 1, that's 50 times 16 that I'm adding to the prize pool. And same for Tony Squares. So if I get bounced early, it's going to get very expensive. And we'll be doing a weekly show at the end of Portfolio Review on Mondays. And we actually spun up a new channel for that as well. I'll drop the link in the show notes. So getting that guillotine stuff going, Fantasy Life, still 5 days a week, doing 3 shows a week with them. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the season because things will chill out a bit then.
Is there buy-in for that league, or is it you got to be just selected from being a member?
No, it's there's no buy-in. I'm free rolling everybody in that league. Right. So yeah,
there is toss my name in the ring. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I need to do a tweet on it. Squares made a video that I retweeted, but I need to do a form. I'm going to write about it in the P.O. Box newsletter tomorrow, so I'll make the instructions really clear. The draft is going to be a week from tomorrow, and we're going to stream it on the channel. But yeah, I can. I'll get you guys the details for sure. Masterclass drop date. I don't have it for you, but hopefully next week sometime. All right, we are on the clock here. Denzel Boston. Tyler Algier is a decent running back pick at this price.
Yeah, I like Algier a lot.
Okay. Yeah, let's
I
grab
think
him.
I think he's an unsexy click, but a great pick, man. Like,
yeah. Go AZ Cards. There's going to be an update. We're going to have basically a new chapter on the 2025 data, like the new data that came in last year that we obviously didn't have access to. And then we'll do a round table or two. So an actual course and a round table or two.
Are we at 4 running backs now, Pete, or 3?
We are 4 running backs. Okay. So you're looking at Bigsby, Spears here. Probably good at quarterback. We're on the clock. Yeah. Tight end Chig is a faller here, or not.
Go back to receiver.
Yeah. You don't mind. Boston, Naylor, Tucker, Jacoby Lane is fun.
Yeah, go Jacoby Lane. Let's pull him up. I don't even care.
I think he's a good pick here, man.
All right. I'm still low key a Tez Walker guy because I think he's very talented.
You got to become a Jacoby Lane guy. Become a Jacoby Lane guy.
I'm holding on to Tez Walker. That's my UNC guy this year as my fandom, homerism there. I'm not going to push against Jacoby Lane though, and I've been drafting him up the board because I'm not going to go without. When he was still in the 18th round, I was taking Tez Walker just because I wanted to have that differentiality, and I do think Tez Walker is very talented. I mean, people think Josh Downs is a good, man. Like Tez Walker was better than Josh Downs and a better prospect coming out than Josh Downs. So I do think there's some meat on the bone. Whether that ever comes to fruition, because it's so situational in pro sports, like we'll see. But I'm holding the line.
Yeah, I get it. I get keeping a light on for your guy, but I just think based on what we've seen, how the team has played it, drafting Surratt and Lane, still feeling committed to Bateman. It's just it's a thin.
Do you think they're very committed to Bateman? He's a vet, but I don't know. They didn't pay him a lot.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just gonna drop this link in the chat because people are asking about the video, and like I said, I need to do a proper tweet. But I'm gonna put this here in the chat if you guys want the info. All right, Clay, let's get our footing on this team here. 2-4-6-1. We have Burrow and Love both stacked up. We have Genty, Bucky, Bill, and Algier. Jamar Chase, JMO, Reed, Dejon Stribling, Debo, Jacoby Lane, Trey McBride. I think running back and tight end is definitely the focus now.
Yep. All right, let's see. Tight end.
Yeah, tight end.
Dude, I see. God, I can't even do it anymore, dude. Okay, so my guy that I was going to say, and I can't even, it's going to sound like stolen valor now, but Terrence Ferguson is my highest drafted player. He's been my highest drafted player since my first draft of the year. I left last season with 2 big notes: AJ Barner and Terrence Ferguson. So if AJ Barner's still on the board, I would love to snag him.
I was going to say one of those guys is still available these days at 166, and it is not Terrence Ferguson.
We'll see if I pull the
with the Darnold drafter right behind us. Yeah, there you go.
We'll see.
Get him now.
Yeah, we'll see here. I think Terrence Ferguson is a smash of all smashes this year. I'm more than wheels up on him, and I will hold hands with Davis and anyone else on this take to the moon.
Do you want to grab Barner though here?
Devontae Adams. Yeah, Barner, please. I think he's an outscorer Devontae Adams.
Okay, now we're getting there with the hot takes. Devontae Walker over Josh Downs.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not putting Tez Walker over Josh Downs. I just said he was, a highly thought of prospect coming out of school. Terrence Ferguson over Devontae Adams, though, I will put my name on that as a take that could age poorly or really well in a few months.
So. 2-4-6-2 here. I'm
at 58% though of Ferguson, 52.5% of Ferguson.
Dylan Sampson goes. A lot of these running backs are pretty similar at this point. You could do a Sadiq, a Dulcich.
How about
Sadiq is kind of fun.
Yeah, I could get on with Sadiq. Yeah, Sadiq's fine. Let's pull him up. Yeah, Sadiq's good.
I mean, I don't know if we needed a third tight end, but I was just kind of.
No, I like 3. I like 3 is fine. Especially like the thesis with Barner is that, look, I don't think people recognize like how much Seattle ran the tush push last year in a general big tush push team. The guy they hand it to is AJ Barner, and I think he has some really nice touchdown equity on tush push alone. That I think he should be going much higher than or maybe not much higher. I'm fine drafting where he's at. I think he should be thought of better relative to other tight ends. Is I guess the best way to articulate that. So I'm pretty bullish on AJ Barner as a tush push merchant, and then Terrence Ferguson might straight up just be the number one scoring receiving option on the Rams.
I was the one thing that I was kind of excited about AJ Barner beginning of the offseason. The one thing that kind of creeped in my head, and this was a lot from doing shows with Levitan, is he kept mentioning, like, I think Arroyo is going to have a little bit bigger of a role this year. But that could go either way. And if he doesn't, or Arroyo doesn't scare you.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't scare me from the context of, like, again, I'm basing the thesis of the play on a lot being from tush pushes, and I don't think Arroyo has any impact on that. And then it's how much can Barner keep/earn outside of that. If he's blocking and tush push and catches some passes, great. But he seemed pretty fine pass catcher, man. Like, Darnold seemed to like him. It's like, okay, which teams are going to lean more into the two tight end sets? Which teams are going to try to go play 4D chess and say, all right, now defenses are going to start trying to, play against two tight end sets. How am I going to open this up and maybe not do two tight end sets? Or, like, I think, like, my guy Matt Collins on the Patriots, they're talking about moving him to tight end, which I think just, like, we got to stop thinking about positions so, they're more dynamic than they have been ever before. Like, a tight end and a wide receiver, the difference is meaningless aside from a jersey number, which is also meaningless these days, in a roster designation slot. So I don't know. I mean, like, fair with Arroyo, but it doesn't really change much for me aside from the ceiling outcome. But I don't think I'm drafting AJ Barner for, like, the same ceiling that I am a Terrence Ferguson or other tight ends. He's never the first or most likely the second option on my, tight end depth chart.
Yep. All right, let's see how we are going to land the plane here. 2-4-6-3. I'm going to get rid of tight ends. We're
good there.
We're good there. If you did want a third quarterback, there's Mendoza kicking around. We got a few wide receivers, but running back really is kind of.
No, I kind of want to just smash some like lotto tickets on running back / sure up. If Genty is hurt, that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So
I'm going to put a few names in the queue.
The Sean Tucker news is really interesting to me. Ray Davis, I think, is the best pick here for sure.
Yes, I like Kalen Black, but he just went. Dab, how many running backs are you up to over here, brother? Oh, he's got the 7. The 0 RB build with 7. Nice. Dobbins, Mason, Rashad White, Mike Washington, Lloyd Sharps, and Kalen Black. All right.
Sounds like 7 zeros to me. That's tough.
But yeah, Najee, Vidal, Singleton in the queue.
Najee is so gross, dude. It's diabolical. Vidal, I don't. Or who else is there? I mean, Singleton, I guess, would be the pick out of these 3 jabronis. But man, it's so bad. Like, I would rather do fucking. I mean, is the youthful Braylon Allen still on the board?
No, he's gone.
They're all gone. Brian Robinson. I mean, fuck me, dude.
Yeah, this is why people get their running backs early.
Yeah, no kidding. That is the optimal strategy. Yeah, let's go Singleton.
All right, get Singleton here as our RB6, 2663. We have one more pick left. I would argue that we are pretty balanced everywhere. So can kind of do whatever you want with that. That last pick.
Touchdown hunting is what we're kind of trying to do here, I think.
This is where, Clay, you get the signature move, the special sauce. Clay, this is where you make. I guess you've already said you're going to make me draft Devontae Walker.
No, I don't want him on this team, I don't think. But if you can't go back, let's look at some player names, because I do need to gather my thoughts here for a second. Let's go wide receiver.
I think wide receiver is probably the pick for this last one.
And
let me put some names in the queue so that I think are interesting. Branch, Noel. I mean, we always have Ridley and Jeremy in the conversation. Let's look at any correlation here.
Go back to tight end just for a second, just because, again, like, on the premise of like touchdown hunting, like, I don't really care if we're just trying to fill a flex on some flaky bullshit. Like, we could fill a flex with a tight end touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I think 4 with Trey McBride's probably pushing it.
Yeah.
I will say Houston plays Green Bay. Let's not forget the Wisconsin Dells, and I'm getting very bearish on Tank Dell. Like, I think this could just be, and I do think Noel, outside of Nico has the most juice to get like an actual breakout. So him as a week 17 bring back, I think makes some sense.
Yep, let's run it. Noel's great pick. Noel. Shout out Zach.
I know. Take us back to next year, although we'll see if he lasts here. I don't know how Tesla got in the queue. I did not click that on my own.
Yeah, please no Teslas.
We do have the Jacoby Lane bring back on the Burrow Chase stack is pretty hot.
It's gas. This team is like sneaky, not bad. Like
I like how you're surprised.
I'm not surprised. I had faith I was going to get here. Just uncomfortable. It was a very uncomfortable journey.
I get it. I hate for my guests to feel like they go on an uncomfortable journey on the.
I kind of like it though, man. I need to be pushed out of my comfort zone, from time to time. So I'm here for it. I got my comfy clicks, my massive exposure blankets already, so it's good.
Who's your most drafted?
Like across the board, I mean, my top 2 most drafted players are Terrence Ferguson and Harold Fannin. Just bullish. And then I got a lot of Travis Hunter because again, I just think touchdowns. Like when he's in the game on offense, they're putting him in to score a fucking touchdown or a big play. Like that's good for best ball. I'm not trying to draft him and managed, but I like that in best ball. We got a lot of Keaton Mitchell, a lot of Debo.
Okay.
A lot of Romeo Dubs. So
talk to me about Dobbs. How are you so high on him? I mean, I like him, but normally I don't hear people like pounding the table for him.
I wouldn't say I'm pounding the table. I had a lot of him pre AJ Brown trade because I was fine with it then, and I'm fine with it now. And if anything, I actually maybe it's even better with AJ Brown because he can he's a deep field threat, and Drake May can throw the shit out of the ball, and it's just like, okay, cool, 80-yard touchdown, like that's just kind of fun. So go give AJ Brown 15 catches a game, and Dobbs can have 100 yards.
All right, dude, we lost Noel. The queue got wiped. I put Tyquan Thornton. If you really want to get spicy, people tell me Malik Benson is a thing.
I don't know who the fuck Malik Benson is. So yeah, Thornton's fine. Or could you do Vidal quickly at the end there?
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, okay. Fuck.
No, he wasn't gone. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. That's all good. That's all good. We're good.
I still think Tyquan Thornton's a very good pick. I think he's just going to play a decent amount. And then if Worthy gets banged up, I mean, he's going to see a pretty good boost. I think he's going to be a pretty reliable. I know we're all excited about Cyrus, but I think he's going to be I think Cyrus Allen might end up being kind of like Jaden Higgins behind Nico, where it's just like they view him as kind of like a Rashee Rice handcuff. And I could see them just rolling out Tyquan, Rashee, and Xavier Worthy. And I just think Thornton's like a boring but good pick.
I'm fine with it. I've drafted like 0 Thornton. I've drafted 0 Cyrus. I've been chilling the Chiefs. I have some Mahomes. I have Rice earlier in the summer, pre a lot of the stuff. I don't know, man. I think that this year, the way I've kind of approached things is like, I haven't been trying to inherently consolidate on players, even though I have. I've been more so been very comfortable fading players. And I've just been straight up like avoiding players who I'm like, I don't know, just that's been more of my take this year. I've been with smaller number of drafts too. I've tried to have like higher conviction and fades more than anything else.
I like it. Who's your biggest like 0% guy in the first couple of rounds?
It's a great question. I have very little. I have very little Jeremiah Love.
Okay.
I think I have like one share total of Jeremiah Love.
So we went from this stream started with the world's biggest Jeremiah Love fan, Rome, and now it ends with the biggest Jeremiah Love hater.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I have to look at when I'm not looking at the board, I can't think of it off the top of my head as much, but it's just a lot of fades. There's a lot of players I have 0 of in that range. I don't have a lot of McBride, but I like McBride now. So
Clay, one of the nicest, most positive people I know, admitting he's gone full hater in 2026 fantasy football.
It's the meta this year, man. It's the meta.
Well, Clay, it is named, it is tossed on the BBM pile. Always good catching up with you, man. Glad to hear you are you're doing good these days.
Yeah, pleasure, man. Great to catch up. Great to be on. Missed hanging. So a lot of fun. Go check out People's League if you're watching.
Yeah, go check out the People's League. What is the best spot? YouTube to find that?
Yeah, go to YouTube. Just type in People's League Golf, and we got a ton of content on there. I mean, a lot of great episodes, and we'd love to hear anyone's thoughts. I saw somebody post about X. We haven't been doing a lot on X just because it's not been the best place for it. Although I have thought a lot about like the kind of community that I run in on X. There might be some overlap there, so I might post some more from my account or try to do some more from the channel. But yeah, go to YouTube, check it out long form, and let me know what you think.
Beautiful. Thanks everybody hanging out. Shout out Rome. Shout out BBChosen. Thank you to the Randomizer producers, Lou and Matthew. Like I said, as far as my schedule, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, Crack Rock Draft over on the Ship Chasing channel. Always must see TV, annual tradition. Excited to see how that plays out. And then tomorrow, Sean Siegel, After Dark. He's been hard to pin down this year. He's working on a novel. He has been, mysterious and under the radar. So I was excited to coax him out for a show tomorrow night. Anyone who is a Value Hound YouTube member will have access to that show. And then next week, probably we'll be spinning up even a couple extra streams just to get in everything. Lots to come here in the next week and a half or so before the season starts. Appreciate all of you guys, and we will see you next time on the Randomizer.